This is my homebrew campaign.
My gosh.
Where we're going to be figuring out what happens to the party in just a little bit here. But I did want to draw your attention to a handful of things. One is that yesterday my coverage for Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes began. So the first video about that came out yesterday. So you can check that out if you're curious to see my overall thoughts and generally what's new within that book. And today marked the return of Top 10 Tuesday with my top 5, or top 10, rather, that would be dumb. Top 10 Tuesday, do a top 5.
Well, you could do two top 5s.
Two top 5s. I'll pocket that one for when I can. Think of just 5 things.
10 number ones.
Yeah, everything's great.
These are the best things. There we go.
With my top 10 cantrips in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, so that exists. So that's out there now. Also,
guidance.
It was number 1, spoiler alert.
See?
It's a great spell.
It's hard to beat.
Yeah, it is. I also reinvigorated the D&D 101 series, and there's actually been a fair bit of response for things that people want clarification on. Some of it actually has been stuff that I've done videos already clarifying, and I was able to reference them to that. But there are a handful of people that asked poignant questions for newer players, so that's the focus of that. And there will be at least 2, if not more than that, DM's Guild review stuff coming out, as I got several requests for that as well, and several cool documents to review. So be on the lookout for lots of stuff. And tomorrow night is going to be impossible, because MomoCon is this weekend, and I promised somebody I'd make Impossible for MomoCon, so I'm sort of running out of time for that.
Beep, beep, beep.
Okay.
Call and beep him.
So,
If you want to reach him.
exactly. So, let's pick up where we left off last time and have a little bit of description. So all we knew going into last episode was that Wave was going to confront a bully from another life before he traveled against his will to the north and landed in Bricken's homestead, where he found purpose in his life, other than being a surfer bum, smoking weed all the time. He found purpose and found divinity and became, martially trained in the task force that is the Iron Guard of Bricken's homestead. They decided they were going to go home because this guy that beat him up killed his parents. Found out the episode before, they didn't do it. They died in a fire. Okay, no big deal. I mean, still a big deal, but alright, so he didn't do it,
big deal.
but we're still mad. So let's go beat this. What are we going to do? How am I going to honor my 3 gods, one of my 3 gods? How am I going to handle this scenario? That came down to, we'll either beat you up, take your stuff, and then you leave.
It was a duel.
Or, no, the duel was my second point. Or, challenge you to a duel, then beat you up, and take your stuff and make you leave.
Yeah.
So the option was get beat up, or possibly have a chance for a duel, or just to leave. So he chose to leave.
It's fair.
And then he left with his plants to go travel elsewhere. And then the rest of his posse's like, we don't know where to go. This is our home.
And we tried to intimidate him.
Wave accidentally vegetabilized one of them by caving their skull in with a pommel of his long sword. And then Wave said, you know what, I'm not going to stay here because I have things to do with my life. I'm not going to stay here, but I do want to honor my parents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it like a shrine or like a memorial to my parents on the land that was once my parents' land. And then I'll feel good about that, I believe. Rick says, well, I'm going to get stuff to make a shrine. Do some sort of soft metal. It's easy to work. I could do something quick. Okay. Travels around, tries to find brass. They get like a brass wok and like a couple of plates and like candlesticks. Nothing enough to melt down to make a
wind chimes.
Wind chimes.
A pot, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then he said, I'm going to go dive and visit the sunken reef and see if I can't find any ships perhaps that were carrying brass. Dove down, found a ship made entirely of brass, covered with arcane sigils and runes, of which Wave cared to not examine. Following his detect magic, realizing the entirety of the ship had a degree of magic, searched deeper into the hold of this deck, looking for the source of greatest magic. Not asking what was in the room, not asking what else was there on the ship, but said,
Focus. Laser focus.
I'm going to go find the source of the greatest magic, a sarcophagus, encased with more runes and heavy magic.
What kind of magic is that?
With more powerful magic
No,
within.
you didn't ask at the time.
I didn't ask, no.
You were focused. Had you decided to look at literally anything else in the room, there was like crates, barrels, tons of other stuff. The greatest source of magic, sarcophagus. Then he says, I'm going to open it. I'm like, yeah, sure, natural 20, okay. Opens. What do you see inside? There's some gems and some jewelry, but there is a skeleton with a gnarly looking staff and a seemingly preserved book. And he swears he thought he saw it move. So he backs up and then immediately casts divine magic at it with a guiding bolt, which is summarily counterspelled. And then he's like, fuck, I'm out. And just bolted and left. And then came back to the surface and told his friends, we gotta go right now. I think I unleashed something evil. Let's get out of here. And then they make it... Oz says, let's go. I'm going to tell this one guy who seems cool. Which turns into the party telling the whole town, everybody's going to die. You got to get out or you're all dead.
Could just not tell people. Just.
But that's not
Who
the right
Rick
thing to
is.
do. We gotta save people.
They wouldn't have done them justice.
In hindsight, you're right.
We're not wrong. You weren't wrong either.
But in no,
There was
you
some
were right.
tension between the party about our decision.
Too late.
Yes. So they decided that
True.
there was no ships that could carry them away. Let's get out of here.
And also, the thing was coming out of the ocean.
Correct.
So
The
we're-
only way they knew to leave was through the Harsh Hillside, or the Wyvern Hills as it's typically known, over into an area of an ongoing, thousands of year long, Kobold Civil War zone, through an area of immensely treacherous, razor-like rock terrain, and that's where we left the party. Although before we start, Oz was able to send his owl familiar back to view what had happened, and saw the town in flames and bodies flayed out in the street. Complete destruction and no sign of what caused it. And the party was in the rocky terrain with about 30, 450.
50?
Well, you had a bunch and a bunch went back.
A bunch went back when I came back and was like, what the fuck are you doing? We can't do this with this many people.
And they're like, oh, alright.
I'm like, okay, bye.
Guess we should go back then.
Did they go back to the town?
Yeah,
Oh, bad move.
Yeah.
Oh.
then it was, yeah.
We have 25 people plus Clayton,
Yep.
Mac and Cheese Lady,
Yep.
Selwyn,
Yeah, the crystal.
Fennec, Captain Fenwick, Clifton, Doug the Turtle,
Yes.
the Yuan T, and the Half Elf Farmer.
Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. So you have like a handful of named NPCs and
Yeah.
some
And-
townsfolk.
Yeah, and 25 other people?
And then the four of you and Sabine.
Okay. So,
So I did a little math, and it looks like it's roughly to the edge of the cliffside on the other side. It looks like it's roughly, we'll call it 20 to 30 miles of
Harsh.
travel through this, and it is, for all intents and purposes, like, none of you are particularly
None of us is a new ranger.
correct. None of you is a new ranger.
oh man,
Revised ranger would be ideal.
one level
right now,
dip.
Right?
None of you are. I mean, you're a dwarf, so you do have knowledge of rocks and stuff.
I got adamantine, so I just.
Yeah. So, but
Make
what
a
I mean
path.
is like no one is spelunker, mountain climber types.
Yeah.
Like you're familiar with more subterranean rocks and
Right.
workings of that. So this is not something that like anybody like sailing. you have several people who are experts in sailing or have sailed on ships, so you can lean back on that experience to
Knowledge.
get you where you
Sure.
need to go. This is not really anybody or
This
anybody.
is something to get through. This is a trial.
Correct, and it is about 20 to 30 miles through like razor sharp rock terrain, and so basically we're moving at like quarter speed. At like a normal pace, you're moving at like quarter what you would normally.
Yeah, that
do.
makes sense.
So like in a day, at a normal pace on regular terrain, you could go about 20 to 25 miles. So we're gonna cut that by a quarter, so 5-ish or so, assuming nothing happens. And there's no path either. You are blazing a trail as you go, and the fact that it's razor sharp rock, it's not exactly easy to make a path. You haven't encountered any specific areas of what is known, we'll just say you guys have heard of it, which is called Razor Rock, which is like, it is its own, it's sort of like going through like a bramble patch. Like the rocks are so close together and so sharp, there's the potential to just cut yourself just walking through it.
Okay.
So you haven't encountered any of that, and basically I think the only person you know of who did it was there was one kobold in Gowager.
She was not going back.
She wasn't going back. She left there for a reason. She said she wasn't going back. But that is proof that it is possible for at least one person, or possibly a group of people, she's the only survivor you don't know,
Right.
to make that trip. So it can be done. It's been done. But it's not done often enough that it's a thing that people like, oh, go right at this extra sharp rock, and
Right.
then you're fine.
Yeah.
So
You know, the rock looks just like all the other ones.
you guys managed to kind of find yourself some sort of a little bit of protection by a more Widowmaker type rock that was hanging out to get yourselves underneath as a group. No fires was the decision that was made.
Yeah.
It is the onset of summer at this point, so it's not too bad, and you're in an area where there's not like a ton of, there's not a ton of cold air coming through, and you guys have removed yourself decently from the coast.
Right.
So there's like, you'll get occasional breeze, but it's kind of dry up
Right.
here. Where you travel a little bit north, you'd be running more into cold territory.
Right.
So, you guys have secured an evening's sleep.
Good.
And you wake up the next morning, everybody's long rested. I don't think anybody really used any spells or anything, but you get any of that back.
Oh,
Your
guiding bolt.
I
You get
used
your guiding bolt back.
both
Oh.
my spells, I think.
Got
Did
my
you?
cure wounds
Yeah,
back.
because I did Shield of Faith too.
Yes, you did. Yeah, that's back too.
From
So you get all that back, and I will ask
bashing
you,
in a guy's head.
what's the plan?
At this point, Oz wants to gather the Fab Five, as I'm calling us in this moment.
Table full?
Don't get me started. The Drow Lady, Captain Fenwick. That sounds about enough.
Okay.
That
And
is-
Doug
Okay.
to discuss
Alright.
what's happening next. And Oz has a thought. Alright, guys. So, this area doesn't seem like overly hospitable. So my thought process is, do you guys think it would be better to split into two groups? So it's not 40 people trying to find a stream for food, for fresh water, something to eat. Do you think it would be better to split off into two groups? My thought process was, one of the groups, like we keep on going south. I was saying the four of us, and whoever else wants to come with us, and the other group try and head north to Brigand's Homestead. We don't have enough warm weather clothes for all of us. We might be able to get enough warm weather clothes for half of us to go north. It might not be a bad idea to send Sabine. I know I'm volunteering you, back up to Brigand's Homestead to warn them. You're more familiar with the area than any of us, having been there before. So maybe I was thinking maybe you, Drow Lady with the mac and cheese shop, Fenwick, Clifton.
I look over
And
the
Doug.
people. What kind of does anybody have any sort of weapons or armor?
This is Gowager, man.
I know. I just wanted to
Most of
check.
these dudes, like, you're lucky that like half of them have shoes.
Didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Good thing it's summer.
Half of them don't have shoes. is
Yeah,
my
well,
point.
yes.
But you're traveling through razor sharp
Yeah.
rocky terrain, so like these people, like foot lacerations is gonna be a thing.
yeah.
Right.
If not
Well, could we
already
send
today.
them up the coast in the forest, not on the rock?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, we send them along the coast, they get up to Brigand's Homestead,
People with shoes.
give them a heads up that
Go through
something's
the mountain.
brewing in
That's how we
Gowager.
decide.
Well, I was actually going to say people with shoes go up north because it's colder. Frostbite.
Yeah, but we're walking.
But we're
over
walking across
rocks
razor
right
sharp
now.
I
rocks.
mean, no one wins in this scenario. So that,
I feel like
those were my
lasts
thoughts.
longer.
That way,
Because it's summer.
we're not as big of a target if something's looking for us. It'll be easier for all of us to find shelter. It'll be easier for all of us to find food and water. And none of them is a good option. Because one group is heading into a war zone, the other group is heading into the cold.
Right.
Um,
And either way, there's something back there.
yes.
I think we should give people the option.
I agree.
Um,
But first, is that something that you guys would be willing to do? Talking to Sabine and Fenwick and Dry Lady. What's your name, Dry Lady?
Her name
I
is.
never got your name.
Her name is Nivra.
Nivra?
Yes.
And I mean, the reason that I suggested that Nivra go north is I think her mac and cheese trade will boom in Bricken's homestead. It is warm. It is hearty. I feel like you could easily make a living up there. And also, your night vision will come in handy protecting everyone. So yeah, I guess, would you guys be
also,
willing to
getting
leave?
Clifton through these mountains and these hills is going to be
It's going to be a challenge.
it's going to be a difficult thing to do. Up in Bricken's homestead, they don't have any Gowager leaf, but they have Starshine, which is
That's pretty good, Cliff.
it would work
Cliff's not here, but
for a
Fenwick, you know.
pain reliever.
Yeah. So that was
So
my...
there's murmurs
Yeah.
between the group as they're basically the other people are talking, like they're like sort of having like a sidebar looking at it, and it's then you see the drow lady is kind of like Nivra is like
It's bright out.
right out.
I mean, the other thing is, once you get in the forest, tree cover,
Yeah.
you don't have to deal with direct sunlight all the time.
Yeah. So. I don't want to do this. So. Nivra will. Well, Fenwick is like. He's at a point where he's like, I've got no good option, and Clifton's like, you're right. Really, anywhere I go with him is gonna be bad news. So. But. You know, maybe in the forest we can lash some trees together and make some sort of like a. I don't know, like a sled situation, and then pull him, and then that'll be easier than trying to limp
Yeah.
Yeah.
or carrying him.
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
Make a cane.
I mean, yeah, but either way, we're not finding any
Crutch.
trees out here.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
So yeah, what do you guys think? That was my idea that I had on watch.
Do you know anything about, like, if you can track people magically because they attacked you with magic? Is that a thing magic people can do?
Track people.
Can I roll arcane?
Yeah, well,
yes,
he
you can.
attacked him with magic. So
Oh.
it's like, is that like a thing?
They connected.
Yeah. I don't know. Because if that's a
21.
thing, then that might be.
Okay. So with a 21 Arcana check, you know that you don't attacking someone with magic doesn't necessarily make you connected in a way.
Mhm.
But if one wants to scry on someone,
Mhm.
there are, depending on your power level is part of it, but at the same time, a lot of scrying is based on familiarity with the target.
Mhm.
So, based on what Wave described to you, which actually, did you describe? What did he actually
He
tell
did,
you?
at one point, he
Yeah.
said I'd tell them what happened.
Oh, okay. So, it didn't sound like in his description that the thing got like a super good look at him. So,
Didn't have eyes.
I mean, correct.
In that moment.
But it could counterspell, so it had vision,
Oh, that's right.
if not
But
eyes.
But it was
So it
above
didn't
the
sound
water,
like
so
it
like could be
necessarily
murky.
had a great
You know, he blends in.
sense of who he was.
That's a good point.
I mean, it has,
Yeah, I
it
couldn't
knows where,
Mm-hmm.
and it knows what was cast at it. It knows that it was divine of some kind. So that's not a lot to go on.
Yeah.
But if information, I mean, you saw that the town was destroyed.
Yeah.
So if anybody in the town knew who could do that kind of stuff, or who was around, and they got tortured information out of people, which didn't seem from the description of what you
Yeah.
saw, did not seem like that's something this being would be above.
I mean, there were flayed people he may have already tortured and gotten the information.
So
That's
that
true.
may help.
And
Now-
that means that they might already know that we're in these hills.
But there's nothing we can do about that.
No. It's too late.
You also know that when, we'll
I'm
say,
pretending you're telling me these things.
Quite.
We're having this conversation.
Also, I mean, if Wave, might you have dropped something while you were in there?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you didn't because nothing specifically came up.
Okay, cool.
So
That's a good
basically, it
Mhm.
gives you. You also know that when people are being magic, if it's indeed a scrying spell, because that's the only thing the books you had really
Mhm.
touched on. There's a potential that people that are sort of there's a potential that one can become aware.
Okay.
If they're particularly perceptive, they may be able to notice that they are being scryed upon, and that usually it's sort of like once you know that it's happening, it can't happen anymore.
Okay.
It sort of like works like an illusion, right?
I was
Like
going to say, like a placebo effect.
Right.
Once you know this works because of the placebo effect, it doesn't work anymore.
Right. So if you are able to perceive the scrying happening, it ends, and it gives you momentary, I'll call it invulnerability to that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if
That
you
particular
don't,
casting of it.
then you have no idea that you're being watched.
Okay. So I'll give you that information, and then I'll say on top of it, like, I know that there are magic items that protect you from being scryed, so if we come across one of those, nobody gets it first.
That makes sense.
There are also magics that can do the same thing,
Yeah.
but
It's going to
As
be
we-
wild until I learn those.
and if ever,
ever.
and as per typical spell usage, it need to be re-upped consistently to have that work. So that's a thing.
Alright.
That is what I know.
Yeah.
So
I think splitting up's probably a good idea.
after
So
talking it out.
Fenwick is on board to go north.
Okay.
So when I picked who's going where, I say to the group, I kind of partially it was based on who I think would thrive in
Okay.
Bricken's homestead. Like Clayton ran a rolling paper shop. They don't need that. Selwyn ran a crystal shop. They don't need that. So
Probably not.
yeah, I mean, we once we figure out who's gonna lead the group, then I feel like for the rest of the people, we'll just say like, this is where we're going, this is where we're going. Pick your poison.
Yeah. It's not a bad call.
And Nivra will agree to go north as well.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say? Sabine doesn't want to go north. She wants to just hang out
Okay.
with you guys. But Doug will go because he's a turtle and he likes spending a lot of time in Gavin and haven't really traveled a lot. So
North.
I'm getting old.
Starshine. Try it when you get there.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Also, just so you know, when you get there, cheaters look the floor, so don't cheat.
Wow. I wouldn't do that. It's not cool.
It's not cool. And if you do, yeah, like the floor.
There's like a big list of all like the
And
rules.
to just again, so he's got goggles on,
Mhm.
and he's like a turtle, but like with a big oversized woven like drug rug that fits over his shell.
Oh.
To give you a feeling of what this guy
I
looks
like
like.
him.
Nice.
He's
Yeah.
going.
I know.
He's the one who sold them. He wove rugs. Like he used his
Yeah.
fingers
Oh, he'll definitely be
for
able to
the
find a
needles.
job.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
for
Make it
weaving,
sails or
because he's got the
something.
big long turtle
Sails.
claws.
Yeah, that's a great.
Like
idea.
coats,
Coats, bunch of stuff, rugs.
under stuff,
Still,
rugs.
I'll tell the people of Gowager, the layout of Bricken's homestead and like their rules
What they can
and
find and
their
stuff. Yeah.
social whatever their
Who to
mores
talk
and-
to, who to...
And Captain Fenway's like, fucking great. That sounds amazing.
I'm gonna give.
And he looks like he doesn't actually say anything. He's like, why can you fucking come there? To Clayton, just to the air,
Right.
not actually to him.
Yeah.
He just thinks that.
Yeah, out loud though.
Oh, okay.
He says that out loud because he's like, fuck.
All right. I'm gonna give those guys 50 gold and 2 of my packs of Strike Anywhere matches.
Okay, so
So that they
to
have
give you an idea of
something.
what everyone
I mean-
has, Doug has the rug on his back and his turtleness. He doesn't have any.
That's good enough.
It's not nothing.
Captain Fenwick does have a set of plate armor
Okay.
and a longsword
Nice.
that seems to be relatively well maintained.
All right.
He does seem like he's a little
Old.
slower in the step here,
Nah.
but he's still got the armor on. He seems like a little sweatier.
Sure.
Like, it's also not like the coolest where you're at.
But he's got at least a 15 strength.
He's got at least a 15 strength.
So
If
there
you
we
wanna
go.
metagame this decision here. Yes. And Nivra is just like, and she's just very like doesn't, and she like unslings like she has a backpack, and she unslings that. She just seems like very just like
Unhappy.
unhappy with this. And you see that she reaches into this backpack and starts taking stuff out of it. It seems like it's got more space in it than it should have. And you see she starts like putting on like, and it's slowly and it takes a little while, but it's basically a set of very streamlined black leather armor, a lot of spider, like all the studs are little spiders, and like the clasps are little spiders. And she's got, you see she slings, she has at her side 2 like scimitars, and she's got a hand crossbow, and she
Damn,
pulls up
lady.
a hood up over her head, and she's like, I didn't think I'd have to do this again.
She's like 300.
Way to go,
right?
though.
Yeah, she's been around for a little while, and the story that she openly told people over the various drum circles and things, which you actually don't know because you didn't meet her till this time, so you would have heard it when you were there, because she took over for the tiefling who used to own the back issue shop. That basically she was part of a raid to the surface, and she was the only one who made it there. And then was like, and no one was there. Everyone's like, what's up? And she's like, what is this?
Wait, this is kind of
It's very off-putting.
cool, actually.
And then she just was like, all right,
I'll just
actually
make sure, I
she's
guess.
fucking great. This beats the shit out of mushrooms.
This is where I live now.
I'll just make a house that's dark.
Yep. And then she just decided to do that forever.
Alright.
Good way to live.
So they seem like, between, you hope, based on what you see, and I mean Doug's claws don't look blunt. Like they look like they might be able to do something where they get into a fight. So your thoughts are hopefully between Nivra, Doug, and Captain Fenwick. And even though he's kind of like hurting, Clifton looks like he's got
You got something left in the tank.
He's got, I mean, he can't really walk or put pressure on his
He's
leg.
the
but-
Neville of that group.
Yeah, basically. I mean, he can't really stand up
Right.
too well.
Uh-huh.
Give him a spear. Yeah,
Give
there
him a
you go.
spear. Let him sit down.
Prop him up on a rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Poke at him.
Just lean
Right
here,
on the back
defend
of the
yourself.
dog.
That's on Doug's back.
If only there was a centaur in the group.
That'd be perfect.
There's a Minotaur, but he stayed in town.
Yeah, poor guy.
So anyway, that's you get the feeling that not necessarily everything, and even some of the stuff that you guys encounter could potentially be harrowing
Right.
thus far, but they might stand an okay shot at
Making it.
generic woodsy type things, wolves and
Sure.
saber-toothed tigers and things of that nature. But if they come into anything super serious, Yetis may pose a problem, depending on how close they stay to the coast.
I'm hoping they find some werebears before too long
Yeah.
to help them out.
Some werebears find them.
Cool. That'd be great too.
Yeah.
So those three will agree to go. And yeah, were you gonna split were your thought to split the townspeople too?
Yeah. Just basically give them an option.
Yeah. You come with
Yeah,
us
like, come with us. They're gonna
Go through the rocks,
to your
or
uncertain future, or go with them to your uncertain future.
would you rather deal with the cold in the forest, or do you want to deal with
mountains
mountains in a war zone? Yeah.
It's not a very great option.
Yeah.
No.
I'm super happy.
Hey man, you guys can go back to the town with the
Corpses.
slaughter.
they're
And
like,
destruction.
"Oh, man, that doesn't sound good."
Alright, so those are your those. I mean, you could go up to the Wyvern Peaks, or you could go to the ocean through
Yeah, you
these
can go
hills. You can go do whatever you want.
You can go whenever you.
Aren't we going to meet your contact?
Hopefully, my
Ship.
contact gets a message by the time we get to the coast, and there will be a ship there waiting for
Yes.
us.
That's what I'm saying.
Hopefully.
So, what I'm gonna have
Better wait for
happen is
Okay.
this is your idea. So
Mhm.
go ahead and roll me a d30. Can't find my nether one. It's around here somewhere.
Guidance. 4.
Oh, on my D30.
Yeah. It's good.
That's good, guys.
Yeah.
You have
24.
All right. Okay. So 24 of the, I guess, of the 25 go.
Oh, great.
Like
Oh, so we're a
one
small group
person's
now.
just like, what?
What's your name, pal?
Timmy.
Timmy. Oh, are you related to Jimmy?
You know Jimmy?
You know!
What?
is it known at this point?
What?
Nothing.
Timmy and Jimmy.
All right, Tim. Let's
Timmy!
Timmy.
head out. So between us, we have
You guys have the 5 of you.
Fab Five.
Fab Five.
The Fab 5.
Making it happen.
Can we not be the Fab
I-
Five?
No, we
But a
can't.
group of girls in my
But they were
studio
just the
called
high
themselves the
five.
Fab Five,
Yeah.
and they were.
There's still 5 of us. What are you supposed to do?
Sabine's like, maybe we'll workshop it.
Workshop.
And
Workshop.
And
I
Timmy,
feel like
so
there's
And
something
Timmy
more that we
and
can do.
Clayton and the
Yeah.
half-elf farmer,
Okay.
right? Is that
Clayton, Half Elf Farmer, Selwyn.
it? Oh, right. The elf.
Selwyn and a Yuan-Ti.
Yes. Okay. So you have Selwyn, who's an elf,
Mhm.
and you have the Yuan-Ti.
That's all the information I have on that. On the Yuan-Ti.
Yeah. Yuan-Ti's name is Zista.
How do you spell it?
Zista.
Thank you.
And Clayton is who?
He's the guy who owned the rolling paper shop.
Oh, okay.
There's also a bookshop, but the
Right.
books didn't really
Who
sell.
is-
We did not get the 18
What is Clayton?
on purpose.
Like, what is
is Clayton?
He's a
Human,
human.
yeah.
okay.
I just ask people what they are ever.
Well, because I don't remember names, so I wrote down Elf, Yuan-Ti, Halfling, Jimmy, New High Five, Clayton. Those are my notes.
And let's see. Let's just go here real quick.
What about the hero's luck forgot?
This means like it's kind of long.
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking about it. The 5 of us are gonna get a name,
If you come up with a good one, we'll put it through.
and I'm glad we're coming up with it after Gowager, because now we can't be easily identified.
Oh, yeah.
Fucked up Gowager.
Yeah,
Should've
it's
been us.
also pretty long.
Yeah, that would have been bad. Ain't gonna go
Mm.
back. Oh, wow. She's like, I'm sorry, that was good. See, ever since I died, I felt a little more.
Yeah, I was saying that the humor is a little dark. I mean, I didn't know you beforehand, but
In general.
Changes.
I believe that. Oh, I don't know what I did, but it sucks.
I know what I did, and it sucks.
That's true. You can't move backwards, though. You gotta put your past behind you.
Then I back up a couple steps.
No, that's putting your
It's,
behind in the past. It's different.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Furious fuck. No, that doesn't work.
I don't feel too angry.
We're not that angry.
Yeah. And Tuck is, by the way, Tuck is the name of the half elf that you guys ever asked the name of.
Okay. Well, if we could get him all the way down to Westwick, he'll have a job.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, now that Blake is headed to Westwick on a fast ship, there might be a Gowager leaf
Startup?
market, I was gonna say. So then Clayton could open up his rolling paper shop, and
They could all just like work together.
Tuck
man.
can help out Blake with the farm, and
Blake doesn't like working with others.
he worked with 6 other people,
To put me in the ocean.
And they worked for him.
and they
at
worked
the
for him on the
farm.
farm.
You told him to leave. He left.
You're right. No, I'm not.
You can't do
talking
anything
about
to him now.
Zista, do you have a trade or profession? Or any money skills?
Money skills?
Yes.
Are you
Are you
a
an
nerd?
accountant?
And as I say that, I'm slipping in Thieves' Cant. Thief? To see if he picks up on it.
You don't see that, and Zista's just like, nope.
Okay.
I'm a farmer.
Oh, okay.
I own the Zista farm.
That makes sense.
Black Mamba was my strain.
Oh, I heard good things about Black Mamba.
It's pretty great.
Do you have any seeds with you?
Nah,
Damn. Oh, that's a shame.
it sucks.
Certainly does.
Tragedy all around.
Yeah.
All right, let's get going, guys.
You know that there's some of it on the boat that Jimmy and everyone Carl stole.
Carl.
Oh, well, then I
Prove
guess
me
I,
wrong.
Prove
I
me
guess
wrong,
I have
Carl.
some then.
I think you picked up some from every farm before you left.
Oh, yeah, I did
You
do
went
that.
and picked up a little bit from everybody before you. You did that. I think you were going to do that before you left. Before you were going to unleash an elder evil on the town. So you did that in advance, and then something happened. So it worked out for the best.
That's good planning.
I'm going to give Zista some of the Mamba in hopes that some seeds.
All right, yeah.
Pop up.
So
And the other grower,
yeah, Tuck.
Tuck. Tuck this away.
So you've got black mamba and orange dye. Orange dye is what Tuck grew.
Hey, what was your stream called? Shit, that's a terrible name. I
wait.
guess if it's the good shit.
You got the shit?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Who's got the shit?
I didn't think
The high tide.
high tide.
Yeah.
Good.
We sold them in pods.
I have a little. I have about half of a joint.
What was
I
the
have a little
elf's
left. If you need it later.
What was the elf's name?
The crystal?
Selwyn.
So
Selwyn, yeah, that's her name. Yep.
High tide wasn't one of the names, right? Not just.
No. You're
Okay.
good. High Fury.
High Fury.
It was Blake's.
Blake High Fury. So
I'm
he even
actually,
stole
like,
the name.
He
that
stole
jerk.
part of your name.
Actually, well, his last name is High Fury, so really, his name, he had that name beforehand.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
That's true. You're right. You don't know that. Touche, Sean. Touche.
You're welcome.
This is so complex.
Plus.
This is a homebrew game, man. We gotta live up. We gotta make this shit up. We don't have 30 years of Ed Greenwood to fall back on here. We gotta make this shit up.
I give those guys most of the mac and
It's
cheese
pretty dope.
Okay.
to take with them.
Oh, to
Yeah,
take with
that's
them.
fair.
Okay.
Because there's 30 of them and there's 9 of us.
Yeah.
I'll create water and
Oh,
fill up
10
all
of us.
their all their water skins.
Okay. Yeah. Let's. Do you know you have the card? How much can you make?
10 gallons.
Is that what it is?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you have the card, just so we'll see if you fill up all of your own water skins while you're at it.
Yeah,
love that.
10 gallons.
Okay. So basically, you could. So you know that Clifton, Fenwick, Nivra, and Doug happen to have water skins because they've all traveled, and some of them were adventurers, clearly.
Hey, Niver, you got a big jug in that magical pack of yours? Maybe like a barrel or something?
Just put the water in.
Like a wooden keg, maybe?
water skins, wine skins.
Let's see. What would a drow bring with them? That's a good question.
You never know when you're gonna run into water again. in the
She'll pull
Underdark.
out like she'll pull out of there like it's like a rack like we would hold test tubes of like it's got 5 and 5, 10 vials that are empty.
Mm.
So she'll like pop the corks. You can put the water in that. It's not much. It's like a potion bottle's roughly worth of water, so it's good. And she's like, how much extra do you have of that? And she'll like take some and be like, hang on. She'll like take some of it and she'll like pull out a cloth and like really start like scrubbing these things out. And she's like looking at it and she's like,
Here, why don't you take one of my water skins?
oh, okay. She's like, well, I can do this, but I just don't want to kill these people.
Yeah.
Like, residual
That's,
poison.
I mean, that's not a lot of water anyway.
That's the best I got.
Then I would say just take that one water skin.
Yeah. And like I have extra water skins that I found in the house.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Never. Do you know any magic?
No, we all know them.
Would this be useful to you? And I flap out a
How does he do that?
unseen servant spell scroll.
You ever wonder how he does that?
Rick's interaction. The drought.
Drow lady.
Does what, man?
No, she's not a wizard.
What?
so she's
The
like
way he
not-
takes out the scrolls. You see how he just rolled it back up? He like reverse flapped it.
It's
That's
very,
impressive.
It's very astute.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of flap in reverse.
Plaff. Plaff.
Poof.
P. FWAP. Yeah. Pouf.
Poof.
Pouf. 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 It's almost like just like.
off.
Alright. Alright,
I
that
know.
sounds fine, I guess.
Alright, so you guys have your stuff. She can use that.
I can use what?
Unseen servant. Not that you're going to give to her, but she could.
Okay.
It's a wizard, or it's a sorcerer spell, I think.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Apparently none of your business.
Apparently.
Apparently not. Yeah, because it's conjuration.
Oh, see, he just closed his book on it and everything.
Anyway, so they'll like,
Set off.
yeah, they set off.
Alright, good luck. No fires for like 3 or 4 days at least. Or you're idiots.
So I have this doll,
Yeah.
and it will stop you from dying.
Okay, that's not bad.
Does anybody want it?
I think we all want, like,
I mean-
everyone in the world.
Why don't you want it?
Got a blessing from Ilmater.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are all like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
sound totally.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll take it.
Who's been the closest to death?
Me.
Then yeah.
Yeah, but you got magic armor since then, and I'm still getting hit hard.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, we asked who was closest to death.
I think.
Sabine's like, I died.
I mean, I
That's
died.
fair.
I mean,
well, give it to
Dude,
Sabine.
I was dead for like at least a day.
Yeah.
But
like,
no, it's
since
cool.
then.
No, but since then you.
What if we all
Really are.
just?
Yeah.
Why don't we just roll some dice and see? Some 6-sided die, and whoever rolls the highest gets to keep it.
She's like, that sounds fair.
Sure. 4.
2.
3.
3.
Ha!
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, man.
Meant to be.
So what does this do?
Do you have it, Pat?
It's the voodoo doll,
Yep.
and it automatically stabilizes you after your first failed saving throw,
That
or at the
is-
start of your turn, when you would have to make a death saving throw.
That's partially correct.
I'm in the area.
You're in the area. So what this does, Sean,
I thought I had.
is as soon as you take it, we'll say this happens and you attune to it.
Cool.
As soon as you attune to it, it looked like wave, like it's like a little doll with a noose around its neck. And as soon as you attune to it, it shifts from wave to look like you.
Oh, this is cute and horrifying.
But it is
That
attuned.
is just gross.
So while it's in your possession, it allows you to ignore your first failed death saving throw. Once that happens, you roll a d20,
Oh,
and
okay.
if you roll a 1, it disappears and is destroyed. It only works once per long rest. But yeah, you ignore your first failed death save.
I was in the neighborhood
You're
of
close.
the item.
Yeah, pretty much.
I knew it was an elf.
All right, cool.
And,
Thank
like,
you.
deathly stuff.
All right.
Your blessing is it functions as often as it needs to, basically.
Which
Which
is
is any time you're at
Stabilize at start of turn.
so, but like if you're knocked down, you get healed back up, and you get knocked back down, it restabilizes. So anytime you are knocked unconscious, it automatically stabilizes you, so you're not dying.
Yeah.
So if you keep like popping back up and going back down each time, it will stabilize you. But you still take failed saves if stuff hits you, but you won't bleed out to death.
I don't have to keep rolling.
No.
No.
As soon as you go down, you're good.
But he can't roll for natural 20s to get back up.
Correct.
So
Gotta
that's the
suffer through
trade-off.
that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, guys, let's head off. I'm gonna go like a little ahead.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't even. I was gonna say in case I see some game to like with my crossbow, but I feel like between the macaroni I have 5 days of rations, so
Yeah.
I should be able to get us a thing.
What?
You heard me.
No, I mean, I actually didn't.
Oh, I said that should get me to the other side of this mountain.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's head out.
All right, I'm in.
Cool.
Alright, so you guys head out. How much, just as we have you guys potentially roll for some random encounters here, what, you described basically everything that happened to you when you were down underwater?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also gonna wish the people good luck.
Yeah.
And that they don't have to suffer
Okay.
on their way.
Alright, they're like, that's a weird way to say things, but alright.
Like, hopefully their suffering is over.
That's better. Much better. Good job. So, you wish them farewell. They head out. I was just curious to see how much you described to them, whether or not it was, if anyone would have need to make any checks to see if they knew anything. Because you described that it was a ship covered in ruins. First of all, a brass ship is weird. We've already discussed that. So I'm just trying to think, like, you didn't seem like you were too focused on it, so I'm just trying to think if whether or not, like,
It was pretty dark down there.
yeah, you can't see the dark. So never mind, we're good. I was just checking to see if maybe there was like a, oh, I saw this weird shape, and it looked like a wonky cross.
Okay.
And then people would be like, oh, that's probably from this language, but we don't have that.
No. So I think as a group, it might be our best bet to once we hit to Westwick.
You do have a map too in game.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Once we get to Westwick, head tutorial like we were planning to, but this time, in addition to like, hey, what's Ember all about? That's weird. We could also be like, hey, so this happened.
We should stop at the Quartz Citadel where the Dragonborn are.
Okay, that's a good
Be
idea.
like, hey guys, with your following of Bahamut
Yeah, they had a metal ship too,
and
right?
your metal badass ship
Maybe they would I
made
don't
out
know,
of crystal.
Maybe
that
that
was
would.
like a crystal platinum.
Yeah, maybe
combination.
that'll ring a bell for them.
So they'd be like, hey, we messed up, and we apologize for that, but we are also incapable of dealing with it. So...
Well, I kind of messed up.
Yeah, but we're not
we
gonna throw
would-
you under the
yeah, we
bus.
would
But it's the
say-
truth, so.
I mean, it's if we put you in our group of we, then it is also still the truth.
Fair.
Well,
Yes, but
Yeah.
I mean, if
So,
he's
like,
part of the we...
No, I
yeah,
agree.
then
I was just trying to.
there's no I in we, but so you wouldn't be able to take blame alone.
Unless you spell it W-I-I.
Who's
That-
supposed to like
that-
that? That sounds dumb.
That doesn't make any sense, yeah.
What do you mean?
I agree, Sabine. Sounds
I mean, different dialects.
Sabine will also just chime in because you guys have brought it up a bunch since she's been around. That going to, where the elves are, is good for Ember because that's what Ember's looking into.
Mhm.
Because she knows that it's of elven origin. But people have also mentioned that the Abbey are collectors of knowledge in general.
Right.
So, while the elves may not know about this, whatever he saw, they have knowledge in the general sense
Okay.
in a library, so they may be able. That might be two birds with one stone, and you're sort of in the same. Just looking at the map, it's more overland travel, but if you go that way rather than going to the coast to try to catch a boat, you could try to go through the, that's an option you have.
That's fair.
Right. Well, I mean, if we don't hear back from your guy, and we go to the coast, and that's not working for us, we can. Or if we do hear from your guy, and he's like, "Nah, sorry."
Or even if we do hear from the guy and the boat is there, we can just
sail
load up
around.
the civilians and
Take our own
and-
path.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
We'll see. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
Future
start
us
going.
problem.
Let's start going.
All right, so you guys are traveling, and again, it is slow going. It is treacherous as you travel through these various areas. So I will need. Who wants to start this train off?
I do.
All right, make me a d20 roll.
And don't mess this up. 18.
All right,
I messed it up.
you did. Thank you. Let's go.
Wait, Sean, guidance.
So a 20? No, we don't want a 20.
Oh, Strahd shows up. Everybody dies.
Oh no!
We're definitely not ready for Strahd.
Well, we weren't last time either.
To be fair, you're not.
That worked out perfectly, though.
Storyline wise, yes.
To be fair, you're
But I
not
think we were the same
in
level.
Barovia.
Yeah.
And you're in the bright sunlight.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna take him on, this is probably
Oh, this is
one of
ideal.
the better places to do so.
He would still mess us
He'd
up.
still
Murder
totally destroy you.
so hard.
Like, oh, look at that. I'm gonna stay back here and fireball you twice. Or mirror image. Punch people in the throat.
So you guys
It is.
are traveling as you're moving your way through the rocky terrain. There's people. Timmy stumbles a little bit here and there, and you guys are like, Timmy, gotta get him.
Does Timmy have shoes?
He
50-50?
Roll for shoes.
rolling for shoes. He does have shoes.
Good for him.
They're like Birkenstocks though, so they're not.
They're not great for the
They're
terrain.
not great for the terrain you're
But
on.
it's better than not having.
There's better, like,
Sure.
there is a soul, there is protection from foot to stone, but it isn't much. So, you guys are traveling along, and as you're going through, it's sort of, you kind of find yourself in an area where it recesses a little bit, and you sort of find yourself coming through more of like a canyon. I mean, it is still jagged, rocky stuff, but you are kind of more on a lower grade.
Right.
The walls are,
Okay.
probably 15, 20 feet above you on either side.
How wide is this?
About 10 feet, enough to get two people side by side as you
Cool.
move through. So at this point, I'm going to need to know who's going in what order through this.
I thought the marching order would be
Okay.
Thanks, Claire.
Osric, Timmy Clayton, Selwyn Zista, Tuck Sabine, Wave Ember.
Love it.
Okay, in that order. Cool.
Rosa too.
Okay. So you
Okay.
guys traveling down.
This is good because you have tiny legs and aren't as nimble as me. So if we set the pace, you won't get left behind.
Yeah. That I was also thinking if there's something in front of us that I'm the right guy to be there, and if there's something behind us, Wave is the right guy, and then you guys are like a good support, and Sabine can stab over other people.
Also, good reasoning.
Okay.
Anyway, it's difficult to travel.
Passive
like this.
perception.
My passive perception is 13.
13.
Cool.
16.
Doesn't matter.
Nah, no.
So you guys are traveling through, and there's like a light, just like a little bit of wind coming through because you're in more of a controlled kind of canyon. You get a little bit of the whistle of the wind coming through, but it's like a hot, dry wind. There's dust, and occasionally you guys are like wipe the dust out of your eyes.
Shit, my joint went out.
Gotta have priorities.
Gotta have strike any
So,
more matches.
At which point, as you guys are moving through, most of the party is in this canyon kind of and moving through. And basically, you see, well, you don't see because your passive perceptions are so low. As you're walking through, the rocks on the cliff above you just start come avalanching down over your entire group. I will need everybody to have a
Sorry.
dexterity saving throw.
Everybody.
Of course, you put the two people who have guidance right next to each other.
Yep.
One? Oh, you still get to add other. Oh, is it just one?
What is it?
It's
Dexterity?
Dexterity saving throw. 2. Nice. All right.
22.
21.
Do I see this? Is this a
Uh,
danger I can see?
sure.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Oh, not bad.
20. It's just the best I can do.
What did you?
A 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So together we got
Shit.
an 11. What do you think about like that?
All right. So Sabine can't get out of the way.
Oh, no.
Timmy can't get out of the way.
Oh no. I don't start
But
crossing
somehow, Zista and Tuck and Selwyn managed to dodge out of the way, and so that's I think everybody. So you and Sabine are the
the wall.
only
Oh, what about
two.
Clayton?
Oh, Clayton.
Oh, Clayton.
Clayton.
Clayton does not.
Clayton.
So
Yeah.
you and Timmy and Sabine and Clayton get impacted by these rocks. So you guys will take
Are they cold rocks?
no.
Are they acid rocks?
No. So everybody who passed, you
Okay.
guys take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
No.
You guys take 8
Oh,
points
no.
of bludgeoning.
heavy
That's
stuff.
not good for Timmy or Clayton.
No, Timmy probably not going to do so good. So now that you failed this save, Pat, I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
Well, 11.
Okay, so you're buried underneath these rocks. And basically,
Son of a
as they
monkey's
continue to push in on you, every...
What's up?
Oh, so you're going to take an extra 2 points of bludgeoning damage. Sabine is also crushed. She takes 1.
Completely?
And then...
Timmy and Clayton.
Okay. You don't hear a lot coming from them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh.
So it basically,
They made a
you
bad
guys,
choice.
it is now like super ultra extra difficult terrain.
Oh no!
Oh, no!
Super ultra extra!
However, as the rocks are all around you,
To overcome the rock, you must become the rock.
Right. Just go running through them.
Am I doing it?
I'm sure that'll
Yeah.
work out
Am I
fine.
becoming the rock?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
I squat down.
No, the rock.
The rock.
How do I... Oh.
You jabroni! Was that good? Did I do good?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Jabroni.
Mm-hmm. Can you do it?
so this avalanche
That's pretty good
happens,
too.
and you watch.
Days, Drake.
Got a lot of eyebrow.
What's cooking? Can you smell it?
So you guys
Smells like rocks.
don't know what's happening, but I need you to all make me strength saving throws.
All right.
Oh no.
So does everybody else.
Ha!
No, you're good because you're enveloped.
Lucky.
23.
I have an inspiration. I've never used.
Yep. That one too.
15.
14.
You did 20 something?
23.
Oh, Lucky's great.
Dexterous and strong. Yeah, Lucky's great. You know what? You're never gonna hate it. Another one.
I'm never gonna regret that decision.
Never.
Not once, not ever.
Okay,
If you can use it 3 times every day, you're having a bad day. But
so you pass. You both
thankfully.
fail.
No.
Unthankfully.
Everybody else fails.
Ah.
So you watch. You manage to.
Clunk your way through.
I'm gonna go find. Oh no, this is just a natural.
You
thing.
manage to roll like kind of just like throw your body. out of the fucking-
Adamantine. Here we go.
Or maybe you throw. Maybe you like you're like, oh shit, you jump. Yeah. All right. This is what happens. So when you jump to dodge, you like jump out of the way, and the spikes in your armor just catch into the side of the mountain. Because you guys watch and see as the rock that's all around you and underneath you immediately turns to mud and you sink into it.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
no.
And you don't because you're suspended in the rock with your spikes.
So strong.
You are restrained
Is this
as
magic?
you have sunk into that, at which point you being the only one who's not sunken into mud or covered in rocks.
Yes, I'm
You
neither.
hear, and you look up, and you see this creature that looks a large boulder on the rocky slope above extends a long tendril with a single orange eye. And this boulder moves and starts coming down, and it looks like a large boulder with a rocky mouth maw and 6 spider-like rock legs, and it starts scurrying down the mountain.
I don't like
Gross.
Roll for initiative.
I grapple it. 13.
There's a whole lot of
Rolling for initiative.
Oh God.
13.
13's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good so far in this encounter.
Oops. Ember.
5.
I'll just healing word.
You.
Feel better.
See, I feel like this is like the perfect inspiration card just because the name of it.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
like that.
And then I got the extricate card, which I feel like just the name by itself is apt. I'm gonna try and use it. See if Ted will let me use it for disengaging as a bonus action. Not for me, but for one of these guys instead. I'm gonna rage into that.
It's a good bonus.
And then I'm gonna grapple this thing.
Okay.
Those are my 2. That's it.
Good.
That's as far as I've
So
got.
first
Good.
is Sabine's turn.
Should I let the dogs?
Damn.
If they're, yeah.
Oh no, I
them
hear
barking.
faint barking.
Alright, let him inside. Thank you. Celine. So Sabine goes, and she takes a d6 from being crushed.
Mm.
Doing so hard. So she's going to try and extricate herself from the rock. And okay, she manages to. So you can see her start to like come up out of the rock. She's still stuck in there, and it is her whole action to do so.
Okay.
But she starts to emerge.
Nice.
Oz, it is your turn. So you are currently unable. Your movement is 0,
Mm-hmm.
and you are restrained.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't happen because it wasn't on the ceiling. So, heck, your turn.
Can I try and extricate myself?
Yes, make a strength saving throw.
Here is my question.
Shoot it.
Probably not gonna work, but I'm gonna ask
Crossbow.
anyway.
Sure.
So with squat nimbleness, I have advantage on athletics and acrobatics checks to not be grappled. So this isn't a grapple.
No.
This is a mud thing.
It's also a saving throw.
That's fair. That's nice.
Good point.
A rock monster with a gooey orange tentacle eye.
Yes.
And is that my
6
whole action?
appendages.
Oh.
Yes.
Spider-like.
Yes, use an action.
How far is the thing?
It is probably at this point, what's its movement speed? Probably about 40 feet away.
Alright. Then I'm going to hold my action until after Brick inevitably throws himself at this thing. And then once he does, I'm going to shoot it with my crossbow at disadvantage.
Okay.
At disadvantage, yeah.
So it comes.
And then I'm going to hide as a bonus action.
You can't hide because you're restrained. But I like
I
where your head's at.
tried.
So it comes running down the hill. And it goes right for you.
Oh no!
Because you're in the front and you're tiny and you're in rock soup.
Ah.
So
How far down in the rock soup are we?
you're about like waist down in there. So you're able to get yourself out.
If
but
you're strong enough.
If you're strong enough to basically push yourself out. And it's going to run up and it's going to try to bite you. It's got advantage because you're restrained.
Fair.
That is a... Oh, wow, that's like a 25.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. So it's going to bite
But
you
then
with...
use it
It's
as
actually... It's not going to bite you. It's just going to, like... First, it just runs and it just slams into you with its just, like... As the momentum as it's coming down the hill.
Yeah.
You're going to take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams into you. And that is
Do
it
that back to it.
for...
Run into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more... That's it.
Alright.
Rick.
So I am up. Like, how far above this thing am I? Because it ran past me, right?
Yeah, you're not like... The way it moved this way down, you're maybe 10 feet away from it. Not
Okay.
like super high up.
Yeah.
It's just more of a mechanic because it's funny to me.
Yeah, no, that's
But
fair.
yes.
In that case, then I will go into a rage as a bonus action, seeing that thing descend on Oz.
Yes.
They all do.
Yeah, and I want to. Should I grapple it or should I just hit it?
Well, now it's here, so hit.
That's a good point. It is here now. I will hit it.
Okay.
Do I punch it adamantine style?
Or
Or do I hit it with the greatest sword?
Well, it's a rock. You have adamantine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
That's
good point.
bud.
That is a good point. I'm gonna punch it adamantine style. Enraged, probably. 21.
That way.
All
Look
right.
at that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I gotta lick the floor.
Yeah. All right, 15 damage.
solid.
The best I can do.
Excuse me.
That's okay. Excuse you.
Thanks.
So you punch it.
All right.
That is it, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I am going to use my ready to action.
It is now. Oh, when did you want to use it? What was your trigger?
When Brick inevitably threw himself at this thing.
Alright, so you're already in. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, but you're in melee with it as well.
So I'm going to use my short sword.
Whoa.
Actually, it's. Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't make sense. So.
Ready
What?
just what?
Yeah, he readied an action.
Oh, okay.
All right. Oh, lower the 2
There.
is a 21.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that was fine.
Alright.
Woohoo. Not bad.
15, 17 damage.
Alrighty. Wave. You need to make a strength saving throw. And get yourself, or
If you want that to be your turn.
no, he's buried under rock.
Oh, never mind.
23.
Yes, you are able to start to extricate yourself from the rock.
Can I use my inspiration card to give him another one right now as a bonus action? Because it's called extricate. It's my whole argument. That's it. It's just the card is.
Fine, you do
Okay.
take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Sure.
Yeah. Why not, right?
So you are out. Your whole action was to get out, but now you can disengage from nothing as a bonus action.
Ah, okay, good.
So you can do that.
Right.
Disengage from nothing.
So where are you going?
Towards the rock.
Disengaging towards the monster.
Yeah.
Good move.
He's
Sure.
disengaging
Disengaging
with
from
the
the
rocks.
Getting on the
Move
rock.
towards it.
Oh,
And-
there it is.
So it's my action to try to get out?
Correct. And you're restrained, which means you have disadvantage on. Your speed is 0, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Cool. Can I do shatter and not hit these guys?
Sure.
Like put it behind the monster?
Yeah,
So just...
I'll agree with that.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. So Constitution save throw.
Roll your damage.
This is a funky die. Weird die rolls real weird.
17.
Oh yeah, he has disadvantage because he's made out of rock.
Came with beard.
So okay, 17 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shatter on this thing, and it doesn't seem overly susceptible, but being made out of rock, it does have disadvantage on the saving throw.
Cool.
And that is your action, I assume,
Yes.
unless you use any sorcery points. Because you could. Oh, you don't have quicken spell, do you? No.
No.
I was gonna say you quicken spell and then use your action to try to pull yourself out.
No. I
Offer
have
next time.
twin spell and distance spell.
Fair.
So.
Good ones.
Okay, that's it
So
for
that's my
Ember.
action.
It is back to Bean.
This one's weighted towards 10. Beard die.
She's going to complete the extrication that she had been working towards.
Cool.
And then she is going to
Oh, I should switch.
run
I don't
towards
watch.
this thing and attack it
Not right now. Not this.
with her plate.
Nice. That makes sense.
Because this matches my pencil, right?
This is her die.
And that's more important to me.
Oh yeah, that is good enough to hit. And she's going to deal a D10 because it's a wave. attack. But the boat will miss.
Oh no.
But rarely misses.
Oh.
He's dependable.
And that is the end of Sabine's turn. Oz, it is your turn.
Alright. I'm just gonna attack this thing again.
Disadvantage.
Lower of the two is an 18.
That will hit.
Yeah, I think it's weighted towards 10.
16.
Okay, you actually managed to destroy this.
Ha-ha!
Right in the eye.
Nice.
Woo!
Stupid yellow eye.
And it's just kind of like to the ground.
Break, pull me up.
I take off my gloves and then pull them up.
Okay, he's pull him up.
Hoop!
Thanks.
Hoop!
Oh, let's start trying to dig out our people
Yeah.
who
They're
didn't
still
dig
alive.
themselves out.
All right, so you start digging people out. Clayton and Timmy are both dead. Crushed. Their skulls are caved in. Their bodies are just mangled messes.
Wait, who's dead?
Cover 'em back up.
Clayton
and Timmy.
and Timmy.
The roller.
I cover them back up.
And that leaves you guys with
So
Selwyn.
dead. Zista and
Does
Tuck.
Clayton
Hey.
have any rolling papers on him?
No.
Okay.
Not gonna loot his corpse.
Back to Luna's corpse?
And yeah, the
I'm
other
not
ones
gonna
managed.
lose, of
They
course.
were more dexterous at
More
the
for
outset, were
supplies.
able to dodge, and
fair.
as such, well, doesn't do anything in combat. So there you go.
Well, shit.
I guess I'll make a grave for the two.
Okay.
What do you mean?
They're under.
Oh, they're under rocks, but
We can throw some more rocks onto it.
Yeah.
organize the rocks maybe a little bit, just so they didn't just
I will
die.
move this one real big rock on both of them.
All right, sure,
Right?
sure. I guess.
Sabine's also like, if we're gonna be tracked, we probably don't want to leave too much of a trail, like super specific burial cairns, because like it's a pretty good way to follow you.
Good
Yeah,
point.
that's one
That's
of-
good.
Yeah, no,
point,
you're
Sabine.
fine.
Put the,
Just
put
kinda
the big rock there.
Yeah, yeah,
Squish.
no, that's fine.
Then we'll remember, and
Right.
things can't get at them.
Yeah, that's good.
Help me move this big rock.
Okay.
That one over there.
Yeah,
Pretty
you guys
big.
move the big rock.
It's up.
Yeah,
Just look at it.
it's sharp.
I'm sharp.
Hey, you know how you can heal people once a day?
Yeah.
You want to hook me up?
So this is what.
Oh, gross.
How much?
Oh,
do I
yeah.
need?
2d8 plus your charisma modifier.
Oh, wow.
Dear. Something like that.
The avalancher.
10.
It did its job.
15.
Okay.
No.
It's more designed
12.
to prey
Plus
on.
your charisma mod.
You said I
creatures
thought
and
you said
evil.
con mod.
Right.
Charisma mod. So
But,
15.
That's not as fun.
Well done.
Do that and be like, fuck, they're still okay. I'm out.
Can you avoid?
Ah,
Okay,
shit. You see a big creepy spider, and then it leaves. Skitter, skitter, skitter.
I've done all I can do.
I thought that would work better. It usually does.
Thanks. Alright, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Nothing else we can do.
Clayton, you were the guy.
Here.
You were here. Timmy, you were just really high. That's what I wrote in my notes about you.
Clayton had some nice papers. His books were cool too, but the papers.
Fair.
Anyway, good luck going through to the afterlife. Alright.
Okay, bye.
You guys move.
And we can move it.
So we'll say this happened at around like post lunchtime.
Oh, okay.
So this takes a little while too, because like it's not just as easy as like just popping them out. It's just some time and digging the other people who digging around, and now you have to get over this rock slide. So it takes a little while to get through. So we'll say that basically you guys are able to get through that pass, and you're traveling a little slower to be more wary if there's more of these things as you move your way through the mountains.
For sure.
And basically, it comes up to the evening. You guys are starting to get a little hungry, and the sun's getting a little low.
We should find a
Shelter.
place to go
Hunker
to
down.
sleep. Yeah,
For the night.
for the evening.
So look around and see if there's any.
Who is
Good
trying to
places.
figure this out?
I'm gonna take a look around and see
Alright,
if I
make
find
me a
any very
survival check.
suitable. Am I good at that? No.
Is
Guide yourself.
Is there
I'm
any
going to.
high ground?
No.
No pun intended.
I'm gonna look too.
6. There's some rocks over there.
21.
22.
Wow. All The two of you are like, yeah, but there's these ones.
Oh yeah, good, better point.
I think there's quicksand in those rocks.
Seems so.
I didn't
Yeah.
spend a lot of time in the hills,
Yeah. You gotta watch out for quicksand.
so I'm better on the ocean.
Well,
If you ever end up in quicksand, you gotta lay down on your stomach and try and like scooch your way out
Also, you're more buoyant. Like, your lungs are buoyant, so you're not going to sink.
into quicksand.
Yeah. Like, you'll sink up to here, and
Yeah.
you'll float.
Unless you freak out.
I wonder if I could swim.
Yeah, don't do
Progressively.
I don't know,
Just don't do that.
Or
Get
if it's
yourself
like
lower and
living
lower.
quicksand.
Oh, that's a whole different
thing.
monster.
Yeah.
It's a monster.
It's literally a
Yeah.
monster.
Alright, so you
What?
guys make your way to this area. And you're like, it's got like, again, you got kind of like a more upward 45
Pride
45
Rock.
forward- yeah, like a Pride Rock scenario. But not nearly as big.
Right.
But like, you guys can kind of try to like set that up. Are you trying, when you're gonna kind of settle down, are you gonna just like stay with it as is? Or are you gonna try to do any kind of like perimeter, or just stay how it is?
If
You-
Is
Like
there like,
move.
are there like any big rocks that we can move to have like, not like just one big rock that we can like move?
to like a
If we can move one big rock at a time, we're harder to notice. That's my theory on rock movement.
I mean,
So if we take this big rock over here and put
Push
it
it
next
over
to the
here.
side of this other rock, then it doesn't look unnatural and we can all kind of hunker down
fair.
in that spot. That's what I think.
cool.
Alright, let's do
Sounds
that
good.
then.
Alright.
Help me move this big rock over here.
Sure.
Alright.
I'm gonna try to like get rid of whatever trail they leave by the rock.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, so
Cause
you
like
guys are able
those
to
are just big drag marks.
just lift, push, and roll this rock, and get yourself a little spot there. You can
Well,
kind of
you're
go
strong.
little. You got like maybe your back and like part of the side unexposed to the open elements. You guys are able.
I just had a thought.
What's your
That's not as good because Nevra's not here.
But
Campfire. Darkness spell. Warm up. Cook some food in the dark. Deal with it. And whoever's sitting watch just sits outside the perimeter of the spell. You get a little warmth and light for, or not light, but, you know, get a little warmth for
yeah, enough to
warm the
heat up
bones.
some.
But, I mean, it's a moot point because none of us know darkness.
Yeah.
Sabine?
No.
Sabine?
Not yet. She's like, I feel like maybe.
Why
when
don't you
I'm
try?
more experienced,
Ah.
I could probably do this. Like a little bit more experienced, maybe.
Yeah.
I could be like, we'll give it a shot.
What about
I
you,
just have
man?
this feeling.
No? Not even when you're a little more experienced?
Maybe. No?
I mean, if she takes the spell darkness,
That would
Cool.
be.
but it's not an inborn tiefling thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know. I don't know what
Lesser
she got.
lesser restoration.
Yeah, no.
It's a fair trade-off.
Yeah. So as you guys start to take your watch,
Okay.
we're gonna take a break
All right.
because the coffee's made.
All right.
More coffee.
More coffee.
More coffee.
Always coffee internet.
All right.
All right.
Alright.
So we resume as the party beds down for the evening, having survived the avalancher attack. Who's the watch, or what's the watch scenario?
So my recommendation for the watches.
Do we want to do two at a time so that someone who can
how
see?
light is it right now?
It's like sunset.
Oh, please.
Oz, why don't you go first?
All right.
can't see
How
the
about
dark.
Selwyn? Give me a hand.
And then, Wade, you can go last because you can't see in the dark either.
How about Tuck?
You go with him.
You help out Wave.
Mm-hmm.
Can talk to you in the dark?
Yeah, he's a half elf. And other than that, we just have who's not dead.
Me and
It's
Zista.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's be.
it's Sabine.
Alright.
Okay, so why don't we do Sabine and
Ember.
Ember, and then
Okay.
you and Zista.
All right.
Alright. So I guess night, guys. I'll see you for the next watch.
Okay, so it is you and
Selwyn.
so. Gotcha.
Hey. Stop snoring. Oh my gosh.
I take some lint from my belly button.
You took off your armor
It's a lot
to
of
get
lint.
to your belly button lint.
Yeah.
Hey, just suck it in.
There's enough gut going on
Sure,
there. So.
why not?
Where's the spike?
So anyway, yeah, you guys are up for watch. Go ahead and make a perception check.
11. 11.
Not
Okay.
that lucky.
You see in the process of all of this, she reaches into her bag and she takes out setting up some crystals around her, like a circle around herself. Seems to be a methodical thing. Crystals of different shapes and different colors and different sizes. Sets them all up in a little circle around, and then she sort of sits with her legs crossed and just kind of just.
Selwyn?
Yeah.
Could you do me a favor? And just while you do that, keep your eyes open, because I can't see in the dark.
And she's like, alright.
That's better. Thanks.
Sits there with her eyes open. So
dry
then, your watch goes by.
out. Alright.
You say you just sit there and look at the dark, or what's your plan?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's not a lot else I can do.
No, I meant if you were going to have a conversation about
Not really.
it. Alright.
Try not to draw too much attention to us in case there are wild things about.
Fair. So your watch ends.
Cool.
The second watch was, Ember
Tiefling.
and Sabine.
Tiefling
Okay.
watch.
So you guys go to sleep.
I can't sleep on myself.
God,
I don't. That was a joke, guys. I was
Oh,
joking.
oh.
I was
How was I
joking.
supposed to know?
You weren't. That's why I'm a jerk.
Can't
sorry,
sleep
wrong.
on himself.
Doesn't work.
Can't
Oh,
put the
'cause
other
it's-
guy to sleep. Put Selwyn to sleep. Actually, she's immune, so never mind.
Yeah?
She can't fall asleep.
Alright. You get away with it this time, man. But you gotta be careful.
Sorry.
Casting spells in the middle of the game.
Sorry.
And everything
Sorry.
attacks and he's down a spell. Guess sleep on himself.
It's my only useful combat spell.
So, it's you two.
Perception?
Watch. Yeah, sure. Make me
I'm
perception.
assuming. I'm missing a D20. Oh, it's over here.
That one.
Found it. 14.
Okay,
Oh wait, can I guidance?
sure.
+1. This one's my number tonight.
Alright. So you guys are watching in the dark. You got dark vision up to 60 feet. And you notice that she's looking at the glaive that she wields all so often. And she is seemingly examining it and kind of moving her hands sort of around the outside of it. And you can see there's as she's doing this, there's a tingly, some magic.
What?
As she's
What you doing to your glaive?
and she looks at it and she's just like, oh, I don't know, this is something new. Try something else.
Yeah.
No. She's like,
Cool.
that's what it is. She's sitting there and she's sizing it up and testing it out and balancing it, and feeling it, putting it around and stuff like that. And while she's doing this, though, she's focused clearly on this, but she's also
Keeping
having a conversation with you. As she's doing. She's
Yeah.
unattentive, but so you watch as she is doing this, and she's you see the frost kind of coming from her hands around the blade here, and then she ponders for a second. You watch as she herself gets encased in frost-covered armor around herself, and she looks at it and blade and trying to figure, clearly working on something. What you don't know.
Fair.
But she says, so what's your deal? And she's looking at this. She's like,
What do you mean?
Weighted question.
she goes, so you know a lot of stuff. You've been traveling around for a while.
Yeah.
You laugh when you set stuff on fire.
Nervous tick. Just kind of happens.
Alright. But what are you hoping to find?
Mainly who my family is and where I come from. I was raised in an orphanage, and no one is able to explain why I have fire. And I was left with this weird symbol. So what else am I gonna do?
And she's like, alright.
I'm hoping that figuring it out will help me control this.
I respect that.
Thanks.
So, you're hoping to just find answers, I guess.
Yeah, mainly.
And other than that, you don't know anything about your parents or
I'm assuming they were tieflings.
just reasonable.
Yeah, other than that. And I was left with this weird phoenix feather. Don't know if that's significant. But it was left with me, so I'm assuming it is somehow.
She's like, alright.
Yeah. That's all I got. I don't... Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
She keeps working
Cool.
on her glaive. And basically right before you guys, your watch ends, you watch as she sort of is messing around with this and kind of like seems to coalesce the magic that's caused this kind of ice that she's been tooling around with her fingertips and the ice kind of armor she's got, and seems to be able to, like, between both of her hands, sort of squish it and like encase the edge, the blade part of the glaive in ice. And it seems to stay for
Me?
the remainder of your watch. She goes to sleep, she wakes you guys up. That's you and
It's me and Tuck.
oh,
No, Zista.
this one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's your turn to watch.
Alright, so sit and watch.
Okay, make me a perception check.
You know what I really hate, Sister? Like more than almost anything. Satisfaction.
Sucks.
Yeah,
There's a lot of that going on.
I know.
I wonder if she can cast silence.
A whole party of people.
Yes.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And he's just like, we could stop this.
No, not like that.
No one would know.
I mean, I would know. So that would be a problem.
Just a thought.
Weird dudes this time. I'll keep that to myself. 14 for perception.
You got some chippy on your face. You missed it. It's lower on the cheek.
Seems to be fine.
Cool.
Hey, got like some sinus issues or something. I can tell because you sound like I don't even know, some sort of dying beast.
Water, he can magically net him on himself.
That's gross. You can just do it in a circle too.
Till he gets it out.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a way you can fix it, but you snore louder than like the forges.
It's pretty loud.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, it's your watch.
Okay, so you insist on going to sleep. You alright?
Perception, right?
Yes.
25.
Rick
well.
doesn't snore.
Pretty good. Yeah.
You look-
Yeah, good adventure.
Yeah,
Cuddles
they're all
Rick.
snoring. You guys can't snore like that. You're gonna get us murdered in the middle of the night.
I had a soft snore.
Yeah.
I have sleep apnea.
That doesn't matter. Find a way to fix it.
Well, that's a thing now.
Should have a
Fine.
wind genasi. So it's like a CPAP.
Just gotta get on the janaza.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Control
it's you
all
and
the
Tuck
elements.
and
Tuck won't die.
Everlasting.
Hopefully.
And he's like, what happened, dude? You just said it was something evil, and like, everybody freaked the fuck out and ran. And like, I mean, I can't, like, I did too, so I don't know, you just seemed real sincere. Everybody seemed real sincere about like, something shitty was going down, but like, what happened?
I'll tell them what happened.
He's like, fuck,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's messed up, dude.
Yeah. I was just so focused on getting the material, and then the magic, it was so powerful I didn't even think to investigate it, and I just thought, well, maybe this is something that can help us on our travels, and
He's like, you think he's coming after you, man?
I think there's a good possibility it could be, because it seemed pretty powerful. I mean, it's just the way I cast a spell and it was just like...
Yeah, man, that don't make any sense to me. Like, I don't know anything about that, but that sounds messed up.
Yeah.
What do you think it wants?
Nothing good.
That's fair.
Sorry, just thought of Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Yeah. And
And
Timmy
Timmy
now.
too.
Jimmy too, man.
Oh.
Fuck.
And all the people of Gowager.
Wait, what happened with the people of Gowager?
It's not looking too good for them.
What do you know, man?
A lot.
Like, tell me, man. This is messed up. Like, I have friends and family that stayed behind.
Yeah, there's not a Gowager anymore, man.
Like, it's gone? Like, it disappeared?
Like, it got destroyed, man.
What?
Yeah, man.
The fuck, man? Yeah, man, fuck! What happened? How did you see it?
We have our ways.
Okay, I don't fucking care about your ways, but what did you see, man?
I can't tell you.
Dude, you can't just leave me hanging like that, man. That's not cool.
I said seaman. Like seaman. Like seaman.
Oh, I don't think... I mean, was any of your family with the party that went to Bricken's homestead?
He goes like, no, man, my family's old. They stayed behind because they couldn't leave. What the fuck happened? You know something, and I know that you know something now.
I think...
Like, I deserve to know.
I think...
So does everybody else here that may have friends or family behind, man. You can't keep this shit to yourself.
You're right. You're right. It's not what's right and just...
Because I don't... What does that have to do with anything? Just tell me what
I'm
happened.
gonna put my hand on his shoulder, and I don't know how to help you get through this, so I didn't really want...
Man, I don't even know what to get through. Tell me what
They're
happened.
all dead, man. They're all dead.
What?
They're all dead.
What?
This thing, it killed them all.
What?
And
Some of them.
I'm not gonna say that.
Oh, okay. Set the town on fire.
And Gowager is burnt to a crisp. I don't even think there's a roach left.
All that weed.
No.
It's going
just
up in
like-
smoke, man.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And he just spends the rest of the watch just like this. Staring at the ground, doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
And then the sun comes up and you guys get up and he's still there on the rock.
Good rest, guys. Whew. Today's gonna be rough, but I feel like we can get through it. I'm starting to feel a little more optimistic. As long as we
I'm
don't
just gonna give him guidance,
die.
'cause I don't know.
Here you go, guy. Let me magically guide you
Two.
for a minute.
Like,
Alright, so, yeah, let's keep going.
Alright, that makes sense to me.
So, thought for the group.
Alright.
Now that there are so fewer of us, should I cancel my message to my guy? Like, that was, we need a ship with, I can take us south, and now there's 7 of us.
There's 8 of us.
There's
I
8
think-
of us.
I think honestly,
You're not thinking of Sabine.
if we
No,
could,
I was thinking of Sabine.
okay.
I thought it was 9 before.
Selwyn.
If we
Mr.
can-
Duck, and the 5 of us.
get the others to safety, maybe like Westwick, and then
Yeah, that's where the ship was going to take us.
I think we definitely need to maybe also take it to the court citadel
Okay.
because
Alright.
something needs to be done with
Okay.
this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
seem
mean, it's
like the
going
right
to take
ones
my...
to do it.
It's going to take my Al a couple days to get there. So if we're going to cancel that message, I got to do it
No,
now.
I wouldn't cancel the message.
Keep the message, have the boat meet us there.
Yeah, I mean, if it could, but how much money do you guys have?
I figured it out last time. I think between us we had like 800, 900, somewhere around there.
Alright.
Gold.
I got like 49 gold.
Oh, okay.
But then I also have-
maybe my math was off last time. How much you got?
99.
99,
32.
32. So we have like 200 gold.
That's a lot different.
Maybe like 300. Maybe like 300. 300-ish.
300-ish. That seems like enough to do anything.
Sabine's like, How well do you know this guy?
This guy?
Like, is he gonna cut you a deal, or is he just gonna hook you up with a boat? 'Cause, like, ship's passage is cheap.
He's my guy. He's gonna do what he can. If he can get us a discount on this ship, he'll do it. If he can only get us a ship, we got a ship.
She's like, because it's like, typically people around this area, I don't know how it is further south, they charge like a silver piece per mile per person.
We'll do what we
That's
can,
a
man.
Pretty long shot with 8 people.
Maybe we can work our way.
I mean, worst case scenario, we load Tuck and the other civilians on it. And
Yeah.
If that's all we can afford, that's all we can afford, and we can.
Yep.
I feel like the 5 of us.
Someone insisted Tuck. We could pay for their travel stuff.
Yeah. And then if that happens, then maybe we head north towards the Downton Abbey.
Oz, when did you become so altruistic all of a sudden?
Well, I mean, in my defense, we did start this.
Huh? That's fair.
And this entire time, Tuck hasn't, like, even if you guys, like, start packing up and start moving, he's still, like, sitting on the rock, like, just staring at the ground, like, hair in his hands.
Tuck, buddy, we gotta go.
And he's just like,
We must continue.
What did you do on watch with Tuck?
I told him about
Did
Gouger.
he wet willy you magically?
No, I told him what
Told him
happened to Gowager. I had to be honest with him.
Fuck
and
it,
you
Doug.
say that,
And the rest of
and
them.
then everybody else is like, what? Whoa, what happened?
Okay, no. Thanks, Wave. So
And they're like, they like look at Tuck and they're like, the fuck, man? What happened?
all right, guys. That first night out of Gowager, I sent back my magic owl to see what happened to the town, hoping that it was nothing, and then we could all just turn around, and that was a silly hike, wasn't it? But that was not the case.
Yeah.
And we decided not to tell everyone because we didn't want to start a panic. There was a lot more of us then. Now that it's just the few of us. Remember that I saw, like, an owl told me what it saw, so it's not... The details are hazy, but there was a whirlpool in the bay, fire,
The town was on fire.
the town was on fire, and there were some bodies, so it looks bad.
And like,
So I'm just clearing the air and being honest. And I hate to sound callous, but
We gotta
whatever
move.
happened is done, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Gotta
We have to
put the
keep
past
pushing
behind you.
forward to try and survive and meet up with the rest of the town at some point. So I know you guys are going through a time, but we gotta go.
you can see there's definitely like some shock
Yeah.
to these folks, and they eventually they go over and they grab Tuck and they kind of like shake him too, and the 3 of them move together to like
All right.
go and do stuff. And then yes, I agree, Fearless Guster. This episode should be named The Fuck Man.
Fuck, man.
So
All right, so we continue south and east so that we can come out into the Erdian Conclave, which is the good side of the Civil War.
Is it?
the intelligent
Yes.
side of the Civil War.
Yeah.
That's the good
Do
thing.
we want to be there?
What do we know about the Civil War aside from the fact that it's happening?
Yeah, but, like,
It's a war between brains versus brawn.
Right.
And the general consensus to the outside world is no one knows why
Okay.
this war's happened, but
Right.
it's been going for as long as most people can remember.
What do I know about like the northern
The
people?
northern side,
Like the side we're coming out on.
they are hyper intelligent. They are industrious and industrial.
Are they aggressive to outsiders?
Not especially.
I mean, since we're not buff kobolds, like they'd be like, "Oh, look, it's outsiders."
We'll say they're more reasonable, but they're also
Right.
calculating.
But they're not likely to just flat out kill us.
No, no. know.
So
You're
that's
more
good.
likely to get killed coming from the south
south.
heading north.
Right.
Not to say that they would kill you either,
Yeah.
but
they might.
it's more likely.
Alright.
There's a lot more mindless types
Alright.
there.
Action first, think later.
Yes, correct. So,
Alright,
you know,
so
you might find yourself in a lab during some, some testing happening. You never know.
Ideally not. but-
Ideally not, but that's a thing that could happen.
Sure.
Don't inhale the fumes.
Yeah. So, all right. So you guys travel further south. So you've got about 3-4 days left. You think
Hopefully.
till you get there. So Celine, you are next. Please make me a D20 roll.
9.
Okay. So things go relatively
Smoothly.
smoothly. Well, not smoothly.
Relatively smoothly.
Right. Eventually, you do find yourself in a section that sort of sneaks up on you because you've only heard of it. You're not really familiar with it, and it does. And the marching order in general is who? Who's in front?
Oz and Wave are in front, and me and Ember are in back now.
Alright.
Cool.
Okay.
Your passive perception's 13.
Yep.
Yeah. So we put our best eyes forward. What is Sabine's passive perception?
15.
So me and Sabine are in back. Cause you can hit in either direction easy.
It's true.
It's true.
That is a skill I possess.
So
I
you
could too, kind of.
you are walking along, and so make me a perception check.
20.
Okay. So, while you're walking along, you apparently have stumbled on to an area of this razor rock. You don't know what it looks like though, because you've never seen it before. But with your perception, you realize that you're in it when you're in it. And you are able to alert people now that you see what it is around you before they head into it. So I will need you to make me let's actually just go, let's see if it's a saving throw or you just get hit with it. No, because you just walked right into it.
This is Razor Rock.
You yell that out to everybody and you take 5 points of piercing damage and you were like, and you can see it's on the floor more where you're stepping, but it is just basically like just spikes, but you can see that it goes up the walls and it's like around in this area.
Thank you.
So if you were unawares and like walked in, like you managed to catch it like right as you stepped onto it, but if you didn't know and like stumbled into it and like stepped and you're like backing up, you back into the wall and you could just eviscerate yourself without realizing. So you're stopped. You can try to jump back if you want, I guess, but you can see that, I mean, there's no path, right? So you can go around it if you want, or however the scenario is, but it is like, it's here, doesn't look like it's over there, it looked like it's over there, but now you at least know what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'll go around it.
Okay. So you back up, thankfully with his perception, didn't catch anybody else by surprise.
Alright.
So it's not too bad. And it was minimal points of damage, so it wasn't too bad. And you guys managed to circumvent it, but it is a wider berth, because as you're looking at this, you can see that this is like a vast, like 100-foot long,
Oh, damn.
by like varying sections based on other rocks, so you have to skirt around that. And this is even tougher going, because you're kind of going uphill
Okay.
over craggy rocks, and now you don't know if it's going to be stable. Now you know sometimes rocks come alive and try to avalanche on you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
These hills are harsh.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe another percentage.
11.
Okay. Things seem fine.
That's good.
You move your way around. We'll say you kind of eventually circumvent around the corner of this and put you at about lunchtime. What have you guys been eating? Still macaroni, or what was the plan?
Do we have macaroni?
I know you gave most of it away.
Yeah.
I got a
Alright, we
pot
got-
brownie.
Try.
And like
What
most
is
of the
food?
people perk up when they hear this. They're like, oh.
It's food. I mean, I'm gonna save it for like a worst case scenario. We should eat actual healthy.
Let's eat a little bit. Let's all split this thing that's gonna make everybody hungry. That's a fun thing.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
I've just been munching on dry rations.
Yeah.
Same here.
But yeah, I'll pass out some dry macaroni if people want it.
Well, I didn't know if you were gonna plan to like what the plan was for.
I mean, for lunch,
cook
we
it.
We could
we
start.
could make a fire. Like, we're not giving away our position in the dark.
I mean, if there's smoke.
There's fire.
Yeah.
There's smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we're shooting up smoke, you can see it during the day.
Yeah.
Not as well, but I
Not
mean,
as well as a campfire in it. Well, I feel like I would rather build a fire for lunch,
All right.
make some macaroni,
Sure.
than eat dry macaroni. I mean, we can still push it until we're out of dry rations.
I can put a little water in it.
Thank you.
I could heat it up.
Like, this is the thing we could do.
Oh, I guess you could kind of just like heat it up, right? You don't
Could I
need,
do
like
that?
You mean not heat
Like
up
a-
the water?
Like
Yeah,
like touch
do a continuous,
pot
like yeah.
and just continuously pump heat into it,
Sure.
so that we don't actually build a fire. It's just me like.
I'll cook all the macaroni in my new wok.
Oh, yeah, that hot brass wok.
I'm just gonna.
It's better than a shitty walk.
So
Shitty wok.
The
Better
rocks
than
that cut
shitty
me.
wok.
Hey.
Take a whole-
Hey, what's up?
much holding a wok pan.
Yeah,
you know.
thanks. I appreciate that. Everybody else does too.
Uh,
Yeah, control water. Look at us. Hey, can you grate some cheese on?
Do you have cheese?
Yeah, of course. I got the macaroni.
Stinky
I-
cheese.
No, you just gotta.
Oh
you
wait,
just gotta
do I have the stinky
Just use
cheese?
one of his gloves.
Is
So
that
beans just like rub it on his armor.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, you
I
want...
can just press it and
Wait,
take
wait,
it.
wait, calm down.
After.
You want me to... Okay, yeah.
There we go.
Do it into my hand, not into the pot of water, because that's gross.
Well, yeah, in my imagining, we were at the point where we.
Is it time? Is it time? Should I stop?
Yeah, this is just for fun. So,
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying in the
Yeah,
process of
yeah, we're
cooking.
good. And then I'm gonna take
Got enough heat.
the
Strain it out.
water.
Well,
yeah.
just
We'll have to strain it out.
You don't have to strain
I'll
it.
just
You
throw
you can
pull it out.
just pull it out.
Ah, this is super useful. This is great. Team building. All
You
right.
watch as like the rest of the party, the rest of the group is just like, all right.
Well, if we're gonna do something together successfully, this is
I mean,
it.
it was a good first step.
Mm-hmm.
All
bad
five of us.
I'm gonna take some
Too bad
bread.
just at the mac and
I'd
cheese.
be like,
Chef
"Here."
North.
That's
Toast
what I was
this
just
up.
gonna say. Too bad the drow didn't see this.
It's toast.
All right.
everybody gets toasted bread, and I hollow it out a little bit, and I fill it up with mac and cheese, and that's for everybody.
Like little
It's a great
bowls
meal.
of mac and cheese.
Yeah, and everybody eats
Bread
it.
bowls of mac and cheese. Talking about carbs.
Everybody's full.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then I cook I cook all the mac and cheese. That way everybody can just have cold
Prestidigitation?
butt-cooked mac and cheese.
And you could prestidigitate it and make it
Warm it up.
warm.
A little seasoning.
Ah,
A little pepper. Oh, for the bread. Oh, garlic
Okay.
bread.
Ooh, garlic bread bowls. Mmm.
There's mac and
Garlic.
cheese in it.
Mac and cheese bread bowls. Internet, don't steal it. It's already.
Gouger leaf mac and cheese bread bowls?
I mean, you could. So I tell you what, yeah, next time we have a Sunday game, we should definitely do that.
Right?
Sounds pretty good.
Garlic mac and cheese. Ah, can't get strad with garlic. Get
Ah!
Strad Busters. That's the group name,
I'm
by
so
the way.
happy that became a thing.
Oh no!
Second to last episode, we came up with a name.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, the
God,
game after we
Buster.
come up with a name, we all die, so that's good.
That's fair. That's routinely.
Ah,
No,
man,
I'm
if
not
you guys
there,
all die,
so-
that's a shame.
You did just call them the Fab Five.
That like
this
lessens your
episode.
Yeah, but that was shot down. You don't have a
Yeah,
name.
Yeah.
I hard disagree with that name.
shot down, we didn't die.
Where? Alright, let's
So it's actually
The
used
unlikely five.
full bellies. It's a solid stick to your insides meal. It's not a cold out, but it's good.
Yeah.
And this is it's better
Gives us
than what
energy.
you.
It's carbs.
Yeah, no, it's good. You guys are
Our
able
long
to really
journey.
move along, and you definitely have endeared yourself to the few Gowager folks that were.
Little taste of home.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, let's keep an eye out for a stream or something to refill our
Water skin.
water skins while we
You can just make water.
Once a day. 10 gallons.
10
yeah,
gallons.
let's ignore what I just said.
Do you need a refill?
Just
Alright, everybody.
before
we
before
have
bed
enough,
tonight.
we have enough water, and like we could
shower ourselves if you felt like it. That's dumb in my opinion, but
Well, you only have 10 gallons and it's all at once, so you have to find a
but
way
you
to-
can make it rain.
Yeah, no, but you need
All
to.
10 gallons.
No, I get it, but I'm saying you need to have a means to catch it if you're gonna.
Yeah,
You know,
if you
however
wanna
you
save
want to
it.
use it.
I could create it and then control it, right?
Yeah,
At
but you can only. I
the
think you
same
can create
time.
10 gallons, but only control a 5-foot cubic.
5 cubic foot's a lot more than 10 gallons.
I guess I'm just not. There's two different means of measurement
Yeah.
in liquid versus space. So it's. All right. Either way,
Anyway,
We're good.
we're good.
you're good.
This is all
Is
cool.
what we're getting at.
Sweet.
Yeah, so you guys travel for the better part of this day. Now that you're aware of what the Razor Rock looks like, and you clearly pointed it out to the group, you're able to avoid spots where you can see it, and it is, it's you're kind of in the thick of it, in the thick of the mountains now. So it is,
Regular.
it's pretty common out here. So you're pretty, it's a lot more. Oh, hold up. And try to find a way to go around and avoid it, because the thought of going through it as you felt in your feet, not something you want to experience, especially for the folks that are like with Birkenstocks. It's
Yeah.
not a thing you want to go through with razor sharp pointed rocks.
No doubt.
So honestly, the rest of today goes relatively well, and we find ourselves in the evening as the sun begins to set yet again. What do you guys want to do?
We'll do the same.
Same thing.
Same
So
thing.
somebody make
What
me
is-
survival check.
14.
5.
No, that doesn't count.
Are you lucky?
A 7. I was lucky. So my first one was a 2, and then I rolled the second one, and the second one knocked the 2 into a 20, but I'm not counting that.
Yeah.
The second one was a 7, so it's not much better. So, survival
What was
was
the best?
8.
14.
14? Yeah, alright. So, no, you don't really find anything of particularly safe. You guys are kind of out in the open.
Well, here we are.
It's gonna happen eventually.
Good luck, everybody, tonight.
So what's the watch for?
Same as last night.
Yeah, same?
Yep. We're gonna put Oz with Selwyn first, and then Emperor
Tiefling time.
and Speed. Yep, Tiefling time. Me and Zista. I'm gonna keep an eye on him in general. And Wave and Tuck.
Okay. So,
Before you go to bed, neti pot yourself.
I will.
you get an neti pot. Well, yeah, alright, you neti pot yourself, so you clear out your sinuses pretty good. You can breathe pretty well. Nice.
Are there like smaller rocks around? I know we're in a little.
Yeah, there's like
Opening or-
there's
There's rocks everywhere.
there's rocks everywhere.
Try and make like a foxhole.
It'll take a while, because it's not like
Not like
dirt.
dig in, but like at least have
Build
a
up.
little bit so that when we're laying down, we're not just like, there we are.
Okay, that's an option that you have. You could try. Yeah, it'll take. Make me a athletics check.
If he's doing it, I'll help.
It's a 9.
Something I'm real good at. That's
19.
the thing I'm best at. 17.
Okay. Yeah, you guys. It's not great,
Right.
and it's rock, right? It's not like a foxhole. You usually dig into soil.
Yeah, sure. But it's
So,
just, it's basically
Gives
just
you like
a
a
low
little
rock
berm
wall.
to like
Yeah.
try to protect yourself from the elements slightly, and or
More for Selwyn, Zista, and Tuck to hide behind in case something happens.
fair enough. Okay. On your first watch,
You forgot Oz.
Yeah. Whenever anything happens, it happens to you.
Yeah, that's why I want to hide behind the wall.
All right, Oz, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Ooh, 22.
Okay. You definitely see something skitter over rocks off in the distance. You're not sure what it is.
Is this... Might it be the same thing I saw the first night?
Might be.
Oh,
We're not sure.
not sure.
You also can't see the dark at all.
Fair.
So it's just like, you've got a little bit. I mean, it's slightly after the full moon, like 2 or 3 days after.
Mhm.
So you still have a majority of light, and you can kind of, basically what you see is more like, definitely like a shape or a shadow that has moved.
Okay.
Something's out there. Doesn't seem to be coming, and it seems, whatever it seems again, hard to tell with the rocks, but it seems low to the ground, whatever it is. But yeah, it doesn't seem to come near the camp or anything.
Alright, cool.
Or immensely threatening at the moment.
Alright.
And your chance.
Cool. I wake up Team Tiefling.
Alright. So you, Ember, and Sabine.
You tell them about what you saw.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
There may or may not have been a thing over there.
Cool.
Okay. So you guys both take your watch. Make me perception here.
Four.
Wow. It's really good.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The night for you. You don't happen to see anything when you're out looking
Okay.
around.
So Sabine, what's your deal?
I was wondering. She's like, I was wondering if you were gonna ask. Well, what do you want to know?
First off, frost magic. That's
Yeah.
cool.
It's a thing I've been messing with for a little while. And by a little while, I mean like, I don't know, a couple days, couple weeks, maybe. It all,
Cool.
when you die, things really,
Yeah.
time seems inconsequential.
Where?
It's like,
Yeah.
I was somewhere, I don't know where,
Fair.
for at least a day.
Fair.
I don't really remember any of what happened.
But you were
And then I was back, and everybody else I knew, with the exception of Wave, was dead. So,
Fair.
shock
Bummer.
to the system.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what'd you do before you died? Like, before
Well,
you
I-
came to Bricken's homestead?
Well, I was there for about over a year. Traveled around a lot,
Fair.
trying to find my place. Ended up there. It's the northern part of the world. I don't know. Look around. Not a lot of places really seem to fit me and what I wanted to do, and that place did.
Okay.
People are cool. Job seemed good until I died.
Fair. Fair.
Had friends there. I was cool.
Out of game. Do I know
They
it,
died.
like, is like the Tiefling class war, or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
like a common knowledge thing?
Two. I think.
Links?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
would I be able
definitely
to
the
ta-
tieflings.
like,
It's-
tell what side she's on? Would it be rude to ask?
It's not
Yes.
necessarily. I'm not going to say that it's rude to ask,
But it might
But-
lead to some issues.
but it may lead to some issues. Yeah, that's a good way to
It's
describe.
like about talking politics.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you're allowed to, but you usually
They
More
like-
often than not, unless you know the answer before going in.
I know, that's why I'm like, oh, wait, if there's a way I can find out. I mean, to be fair, I don't really know what side I'm from, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like, it's not something that's super common to folks outside that aren't tieflings. Like, there's like, again, it's the way I'll describe this if we use the politics like example
Okay.
analogy here. It's like if you're thinking about like some other European country that like they have a political system and they probably have political parties and there's probably tension.
Mm.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Pick someplace that's not like England. Like
Yeah.
somewhere in Northern Europe, they probably have politics and probably have contention.
Yeah.
We don't really know it as Americans, where we're like,
We got
there's
our own
gotta
stuff
be
to
some
do.
sort of
Yeah.
something.
I-
right?
Some shit's going down in the Netherlands.
I
Right.
actually
We
hear
just
it's
don't
nice.
know.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
I hear it's nice, but I can't. I mean, that's what I hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
probably nice. Or
Alright.
Or maybe
something.
it's not. But
Yeah.
there's probably something that the government
Yeah.
and there's arguments.
yeah, everybody likes arguing.
Alright, so then I'm just gonna ask, like, did you grow up with tieflings?
And she says, "Well,
What?
Nah, just we're
squinty
all
eyed.
squinty-eyed with your questionings.
It's a
Well,
brownie.
I'm just curious.
Oh, wait, she
I
says
didn't
yeah,
get to
never
grow up
mind.
with my own kind, so.
She says, "Yeah, no, I did. Not all tieflings do, but I did.
Yeah.
I had. I have or had. I don't know. I haven't been around in a while.
Fair.
No, I had a sister and
Oh.
parents, and it was okay.
Yeah.
But it just, I grew up, we didn't really see eye to eye on a lot of things. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go out on my own. They're like, are you sure you can stay? And I was like, no, I'm going to go out. Figure out my own, do my own thing.
Yeah.
Figure out my own life. And traveled around, saw some stuff, ended up, died. Now I'm here.
Yeah. Cool.
Now I'm learning about magic with ice.
Sweet.
She goes, I don't know, I've always had this. And she's like, well, not like off into the sky, like at the rock, and there's like a beam of cold energy. She's like, I could always do this.
Ah. Cool.
You have Ray of Frost?
No.
She can't trip. Alright, so she's like, yeah, but I've always been able to do this.
Fair.
So
You're
I've
not
been
gonna
trying.
Say with fire. I'm not gonna do it now because I
Yeah,
feel like
that's
bright
fair.
light's probably a bad idea in the night.
Yeah, probably.
You can always guide people too.
But yeah, and I've always been super inspirational and just like boop.
Yeah.
You might do better on some stuff.
He's a good sleeper.
And she's like, yeah, no, I've been experimenting and trying to figure out if there's more to this.
That's what I've been doing with that. I can't. I don't.
You can get with this, and she can get with that.
You're asleep. Get out of here. She's like, yeah, no, I think I
do
can.
this.
Cool.
I think I can weaponize it. So
Well,
Try
good luck
that.
with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you did it with the blade and the armor, and that seemed kind of cool.
yeah. Let's
No
see.
pun intended.
I think our watch is open.
Yeah.
She opens and wakes up Ray. They're
Yeah,
watching.
that's fair. I'm gonna wake up whoever he's with.
Sister.
This.
Sister Bring.
And some macaroni.
Yes.
Give him some. I'm gonna have some.
And you guys just quietly eat macaroni
And-
over the non-existent fire.
And watch,
Yeah.
as watchers do.
It's a lot more quiet.
It's much better.
It's great.
Maybe it's because we're like out in the open more. People just naturally realize that they should be quiet.
He's like, yeah, either that or they heard what I said last night.
Maybe.
And he chuckles to himself. It's more like a slithering laugh.
21 for perception.
It's not like a 12. So, yeah, you see something. Shadow moving about 60 feet out, just the edge of your dark vision.
Is it big?
You can't really tell. It's low to the ground. It could be long. It's squat.
I'll have a match ready with a torch,
Okay.
just in case.
Alright.
So if something comes, I can, these guys can have light.
Where are you gonna strike it?
Just right there on the rock.
The answer he's looking for is anywhere.
Oh, shit. Well, that's where I was going to start that
All right, that's a good answer.
one.
The best answer. Good answer.
Can you strike it in air?
I mean, you can swipe it in there. It's not going to strike that.
Oh, striking.
Strike it on myself, on my beard.
Yep, of course.
Oh, that's a terrible
This is
mistake.
a poor choice.
Add some color back in your beard.
Yeah.
So a black spot of burnt hair and a white beard.
So anyway, does anything else happen during my watch? No. Hey, your turn.
Okay.
Here, have some macaroni. I go to bed. There was macaroni there for you and for Tuck.
So Tuck
I didn't
is
think
there
I was about to
with
sleep.
you, and he still seems kind of out of it. He's just like, got anything else that like totally shake up my entire foundation of life? You want to tell me tonight? Anything else I don't know about?
I was blessed by Elmater.
Like, yeah, that doesn't really change my life. You're not there. Whatever you were.
Sleep message.
That's not a thing.
It could be.
but it's not.
But it could be. Sleepwalking
I don't-
spellcaster.
I don't think there's anything I can tell you. But if there's anything I can do, don't hesitate to let me know.
It's like, hey man, that word's a little weird, but alright, cool. Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you do know anything else that'll totally shake up the foundation of my life, just like lie, but like do a good job about it, so that I don't have to go through another existential crisis. Cause I'll be honest, I'm not doing that again. This was enough. Like, it's hard to just move about and not want to just sit down and just
Cry a lot.
cry.
I'm gonna
until-
deception roll and tell him I'm not going to listen to him. 15.
Okay. So what was your?
He's
So
gonna he's gonna lie and be like, no, I'd always be open and honest with you, but he would actually be lying, and so he would not be open and honest with him.
I want to see
Get
if
that?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Took me a second.
He doesn't believe you. Whatever
He
the one that-
believes that Pat wouldn't lie to him, but Pat is lying about not lying.
I got a translator over here.
Yeah,
And-
sure.
and this
He's
is-
like,
this is
okay,
Waves.
whatever the positive outcome that you wish, Pat, is the one that he gives you.
Which would be him just being like, alright, dude.
No, but I'm kidding. I lied, so you won't know. I got you.
So now he's doing the double thing, so he has no idea what he's doing.
So I can clearly not drink the wine in front of me.
Yes.
And he's like, shut up, man. And he doesn't talk to you for the rest of the day.
That's fair.
And then you guys got up for the next day.
Wave is Sicilian.
And we're up.
Alright, yeah, you guys, let's, get
Clearly,
going.
never bet against a Sicilian when a death is on the line.
Oh.
So did you guys see anything low to the ground scurrying on your watches?
I didn't.
No?
I saw something went around
I didn't make a
the edge of my
check.
vision.
Sure.
Alright,
It did seem like it was too big, and it just stayed out there.
okay. I saw something similar, and the first night out, I saw something
23.
that I thought, that might have been the same thing.
Okay,
So there might be something following us, or there might just be two different, very different things.
Alright.
23.
Yes.
What do we got? Like,
I didn't see
2 more days in here? I guess
Let's hope.
hopefully don't provoke it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I think that everybody should sit at watch with a torch and a match ready to go, because some of us can't see in the dark.
Fair.
So if something happens, it would be a good first move on watch from now on for everybody to light up a torch.
Fair. I love that idea.
Okay.
Alright.
It's
Alright,
your day,
alright,
good
alright.
sir. Make me a d20 roll, please.
3.
Okay. Things go relatively swell through the morning. It's slow going again. Get you to about lunchtime.
Cool. We're gonna do flatbread
Okay.
on a rock that you can heat up for me and cook. And on that bread
And
is
clean
just
first.
gonna be dried meat, because
What about some cheese?
I don't have any more cheese.
Oh,
We used it
okay.
for the macaroni and
Fair.
cheese. It wasn't keeping well in my
Yeah,
backpack
that's-
anyway.
that's
so I was like,
understandable.
well, time to use it or lose it.
That's understandable.
So yeah, basically just like meat and bread
I can
together.
try to season it.
You can.
You can
magically
magically-
What do you think would taste good on a trick? You're a resident chef.
I mean, barbecue sauce and pepper. Alright.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Let's keep going.
Alright.
Great. So you guys keep
Moving
heading
along.
through the majority. Ooh.
Oh no. I don't like that. Ooh.
Sean's concern level was like, whoo.
It's just a cool name for a thing.
Is it Butler?
It's not. Let's see.
It's a cool name for a thing, though.
It's not a cool name. It's a name. Let's be real.
What, Butslord?
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
Cool name.
That's debatable.
Agree to disagree.
You just don't like it because Jamesy came up with it.
I don't even remember that he came up. No, I don't care that he came up
Oh,
with it.
well, he came up with it.
I just think when you add something like that, I feel like you are instantly detracting from the seriousness of a game that Jake was trying to make serious.
Yeah,
Hey,
he let it
He
happen.
said you can be a butt slut.
Oh, I'm not saying that you're at fault. I'm more putting blame on Jake for that one. But the fact that it exists in the first place is
Yeah.
James's fault.
Butt Lord.
Also, still salty about James' game. More salty for you than for myself.
Fair.
And also just dumb rules. So anyway, you guys continue traveling, and it's starting to get closer to sunset. You guys gonna pull the
Same thing.
situation?
We'll look around as it's getting close to the end of the night. The sunlight. 16.
Anybody else?
What are we doing?
6.
Perceptions.
Oh, 19. Sorry.
24.
Perception, I got a 23.
Okay. Yeah, you guys managed to find what you think to be a pretty. You're a little high up. You've got the high ground, which, as everybody knows, means that most fights are over
Yeah.
at this point. The high ground.
Well, if it's an almost equal fight and one person has the high ground.
Right. Of course. So.
I feel like you can still try and jump over. It'd probably been fine.
It depends on whether or not you can jump like 35 feet. in the
Yeah,
air.
just do that.
Yeah. I mean, if you can jump like 35 feet in the air,
Yeah, just do
you
that.
always have the high ground.
It's true.
To sidebar for a sec, did you guys see the more recent meme that's like from A New Hope?
No.
It shows like Obi-Wan when he's like Dovadoth and he's smiling with the thing, and then like as they go to strike, immediately his face goes from like smiling old man to like straight face, and it says like the moment Obi-Wan realized they're on even ground. I thought that was pretty good.
That's funny.
That was good.
So, watch as the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Ooh, I'm not gonna use lucky. 22.
All right.
Mm.
So you see this thing, whatever it is, like start to get a little closer to you, and then like immediately just fucking bolt the other direction, as if running from something. And with your perception, you hear like the sound of multiple feet.
Do we hear like high pitched violin screeching?
Sure.
Oh.
Why not?
I'm going to light the torch I had ready.
And as you light this, you see.
That's a violin.
Got it.
I'm imagining.
Yeah. We gotta be careful. These guys are pretty tough. So let's be mindful of this. Just a D4. You guys survive this. Impressive.
If we survive this, it'll be impressive.
There's 3. You see.
If we don't.
As you light up and the light from the torch is casting shadows with that, you see coming up towards you off in the distance, and you could guess even just with the light of the dim light from the torch that they are probably this thing kind of gave you the warning that something was coming, and you see with the moonlight and the torch looks like probably like 300 plus feet away. What you think at first looks to be like centaurs galloping towards you, but with your perception, you know you heard too many feet
Fair.
and you didn't hear the clip clop of hooves.
Uh-oh.
And you focus in on it a little bit. And it is hard to see, but your roll is pretty solid. and you can see what I can only describe as a centaur, but the lower half is just a massive scorpion.
Oh.
Big ass,
Scorpitars.
and it's got like chitinous upper body, and it has humanoid features, and there is a blade and a chain in the other hand, and they are rushing towards you.
Oh.
No.
I will.
Yeah?
No.
No?
I will
Okay.
wake up everyone else with
And-
a hearty "Oi!"
I
What's
light a
up?
torch.
What's up?
Torch lit!
Battle! I got the torch.
They're a ways off,
If
so
we have more torches, then
It's fair.
we have more light.
so
Torch. Stick
they
in the
are
ground.
at,
Yeah.
again. We'll say at this point,
Permanent.
I'll ring.
if you would like to, they are. We'll say this happens relatively quickly. They are on the move towards you, but seems like there's enough time. If running is an option that you wanted to do, you still have that option to do so, as they are still just shy of like 300 feet away,
What do you guys want to try to do?
How does it look like they're moving?
unimpeded by the rock.
This is a pretty defensible spot.
Ish. I mean, you're out. You're exposed, but you're up high.
It's the best we're gonna get. I
I
think.
guess we're making a stand.
That's why we stayed here.
Let's do it.
All right. We'll finish.
Ah, shit. You guys should hit them as soon as they get in range.
Oh, that's good. 20.
Oh, look at that,
I'll
16.
just leave you there.
That's about as good as I can get.
3. What'd you get, Wade? 20.
Yep.
16.
Awesome.
15.
Oh, all right.
This is about to be a wash.
I was debating doing 11 for 10.
But yeah.
Wave.
Shield of Faith is a bonus action.
Correct.
Bonus action, Shield of Faith. And then ready. I'm going to move up in front of the party and ready an attack.
How far away are these guys?
300 feet away.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. That's your move?
Yep.
Sabine will take an action. I should have done this earlier, but I forgot to do that. So she will take an action, and you watch, some of you for the first time, watch as the glaive head that she has to her glaive, and I have a thing to talk to you guys about mithril weapons that I found out after the fact. We'll talk about that later. Encases in ice. Like the glaive blade itself is now all encased in ice.
Nice.
And then, because why not, she will action surge and then encase herself in some sort of armor, also made of ice.
Cool. Badass.
And that's her move, because these guys are 300 feet away.
Cool.
Rick?
Are there any big rocks around? Large boulders.
We'll say there's like a one Rick-sized
Rollable.
boulder.
Rollable?
Rollable, sure.
I want to move that one towards the edge of our high ground, so that when those guys get in range, I can push it onto them
Okay.
as my opening move.
That will be your action to move this rock.
Yeah.
You're able to do so. Us.
I'm gonna shoot one. I'm a light crossbow.
Right? Yeah.
Shoot him, Oz. Shoot him.
Ooh! I reroll one. That just made it not a critical miss. Unless a 10 hits. I don't think so. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna hide.
Okay. You hide.
Ah, look at me. You get, I'm hidden.
You would be at disadvantage anyway?
I rolled disadvantage.
Yeah, because you're darkness.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you
And
just
it's-
kind of like
and it's
shot
long
out
range.
there. You were like, well,
Nope, nope.
Alright.
oh shit, terrible idea.
It's their turn. They run.
How far?
They close the distance about 80 feet.
So how far would they be?
220.
220.
220? Okay.
Yes. Then it is Ember's turn.
And the next turn there'll be 140.
No fire. No fire.
What do you mean no fire?
Because then you boom.
Yeah,
Well,
that's metagaming.
yeah.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
Also,
What-
you don't know that.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
use a
true.
sorcery point to distance spell and fire
True that.
one of them.
Okay. Fair enough. You don't have Scorching Ray, do you? Yeah. So go ahead and make an attack roll. You do. Everybody gets a pretty good look at these things.
Fair.
Do it.
Gross.
Oh, God.
Mhm.
Do they have metal on them?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
I mean, they have a sword
Yeah.
and a chain, but the armor is just made out of chitin.
That's pretty tough anyway.
That was a fire spell, was it not?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So now I need you to make me a percentile roll. Did we decide which percentage you wanted? You have a,
We were gonna
was it
pick it.
30%?
30, 70, 30% that it
Which
Goes
which
poorly.
Will go
which
Which 30%?
which 30% do you want for this roll?
Bottom
The
of the
upper
time.
30 or the lower 30?
lower 30.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
From 31 to 60.
What?
She
I'm
could,
kidding.
but she said lower.
Oh gee.
That doesn't count, whatever it is. That would be
Wild.
78.
okay. You guys just watch that, and you're like, all right, that seems seemingly normal. I just missed. Seems normal for him. Wave, it's your turn. You are faith shielded.
Yes.
What's the distance on?
120.
Okay.
I'm gonna ready a guiding bolt.
Okay.
When they come in range.
Okay. That probably won't be this turn.
That would be next. What's the range on it? 120?
Mhm.
You wouldn't want to ready it then, though, because
If you don't use it,
if
use
you
it.
ready a spell,
Oh.
you don't use it.
Oh,
Yeah.
then no.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, just stand there.
So Bean will take the dodge action.
Great action.
Okay.
Rick.
I'm going to take the dodge action also. Seems to be dodging. I'm like, what are we dodging? Whatever, I'm
She's
doing
like,
it.
nothing yet. Oz.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna try and shoot it. Does a 15 hit?
It does.
Ha! For 9 damage. And then bonus action, hide.
Okay. You hide as a bonus action. Make a stealth check.
Hi, reroll ones. That's much better. 23rd. 20.
20, 30.
Wait,
30
no.
is pretty good.
22.
Okay. They will close the distance another 80 feet.
Oh, and as part of my action, I'd like to tell the NPCs, like,
Hide.
go that way and hide, so you're not in the battle.
Okay, they do that.
Good move.
How far are they now?
When those guys get close.
They were 220, they moved another 80.
So they're at
140.
When they get
40?
to the bottom of the hill
Your
here.
turn.
What is the terrain exactly? Because we have the high ground, but like, what does that mean as far as like hilliness goes?
Okay, so if you imagine you guys on a, we'll just call it like a small like plateau,
Maybe hit
Okay.
two of them.
right? And it's kind of craggy coming up. It's not like
So if
it's
I
not-
roll this boulder on him, it can cause some damage.
it could if it doesn't.
Right, as long as
Either
if it hits
if
one
it
of them.
hits them, yeah. Yeah, you
Okay.
guys are probably at this point. You guys are 140 feet away,
Right.
but then
Spell's a 20 foot
maybe
radius, right?
20
10 foot
feet,
Okay.
20, 15 feet up.
Okay. Cool.
No, 10 foot
All right,
radius.
when they get like
So it's
right at
20
the
foot
bottom
radius.
of it, you take a torch and you
Let's get
toss it
over
up in the air to distract
Cool.
them while I push the boulder onto them.
My turn? I would like to move up like 20 feet, 25 feet.
Okay, we'll say that your terrain that you're on, your little plateau, is roughly a 20-foot by 20-foot kind of rough square.
Cool. So I'm gonna go to the edge of that.
Okay.
Would they be within range of 120?
Sure.
Cool. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna distance spell Shatter, and I'm gonna try to hit all three if they're near each other.
Save.
15.
Yeah, they all hit.
Cool.
I will say, at least at this point, they don't have any reason to separate them. Now they do.
Oh, that's bad. 11.
Okay, that's 11's 11.
Almost what you would expect.
Alright, so, wait,
And they're like
140.
140.
But now, if you're ready in action, they will move into your range
With the spell, you're saying.
with the spell.
Alright, so yeah, I will ready Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Rick.
I will wait.
I'm sorry, it's Sabine, sorry.
Ah, she waits. I wait. I'll shoot them, right? Oh, I see a plan.
I'm gonna radiant action. After wave goes
Okay.
until after wave casts guiding bolt.
Okay. I'm trying to think, because if I'm trying to just remember, because I believe is the rule for sneak attack when you attack with advantage and you. Never mind, doesn't matter. Okay. Because I know there's like a thing if you wouldn't have disadvantage, but I guess you'd still have advantage at this point. So that's fine. Then it's their turn. They will close another, but they will split.
Right.
So they're not in a group anymore, because they've realized that that's not beneficial to them. So they still are approaching you, but they kind of fork off.
Alright, so now
And
they are
approach another 80
60 feet away.
60 feet away.
13.
Misses.
Nah, I still shoot. And they.
You watch Sabine shoot off a beam and misses.
Do I have disadvantage because of the light? Because they're within my range.
You would. Yeah. Until they typically get within bright light, which is 20 feet from the nearest torch.
Okay. Nope. Nope. Miss.
This is going well.
Ember. They
Oh.
have 60.
Oh, never mind.
They 60?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action Mantle of Flame. Then I'm going to use a sorcery point to twin spell Firebolt
Okay.
and try to hit two of them.
Okay. This only counts as one because it's twinned, so you don't have to tick off 2 marks on your.
No, I
Just want to make sure we're aware. So go ahead and make 2 separate attack rolls.
14.
Yes. Just washes over the chitinous armor. Doesn't do anything.
God damn it.
This one kind of is
Hey,
swinging
really?
his chain, and it just bats the firebolt out of the air.
Oh.
That's the noise I make instead of laughing.
And you cough a little bit.
A little bit.
Wave, it's your turn.
That would have been awesome if it
Okay.
worked.
60 would have been.
That would have been
60
super
I'm
cool.
gonna
That was almost cool, guys.
throw a torch in the air,
Hush you.
Up.
like over him.
Yeah, like
Towards
arc it. Yeah.
They're 60 feet away. You got
Yeah,
a pretty good arm, but that's a long throw.
Yeah, well, just like have it being floating out there in midair for
Okay.
the next while.
And
Could I still throw a javelin?
nah.
They might close this turn though, so you might be ready to attack.
I'm gonna tell you that throwing a torch like that
Okay.
is probably an action.
Okay.
Lighting a torch is like a free thing, but like you are that's
Actively.
like that's the
Oh,
same
okay.
thing
Yeah.
as throwing a javelin is throwing a torch.
Sure.
Question.
Yeah.
On my turn, we've said that I moved
Alright.
back towards where the
Sure.
party is. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, you didn't really move. You can't.
I didn't
No.
move that
Yeah,
far,
no,
but
you're
like,
fine.
you know.
That's fine.
I mean,
Just
I'm
wanna
right
establish-
Up, I'm right
You
up
still
on
want
the
to
edge.
throw
Oh,
that?
okay.
You still want to throw that torch? No. Okay. What would you like to do?
And how far away?
Oh, I'm not ready to close combat.
60 feet. I am going to throw a javelin.
Okay. It is at disadvantage.
18 and 14.
And one of them just catches it. Drops it. With his, like, front scorpion kind of legs. They don't have claws like a scorpion, but he, like, catches it with one of the front legs. Tosses it to the side.
Oh, great.
Alright. It is Sabine's turn. She's going to ready an action to attack.
Alright. I am going to ready an action to push this boulder off the ledge when those guys get to the base of our little plateau.
Okay.
Shoot and hide.
Okay.
So, a miss. Disadvantage sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Alright. Make a stealth check.
There she blows.
Plus 8.
That's fine.
So
17.
4, 2, and then dueling.
It is their turn.
You don't do it for javelin.
They.
No, wait.
Actually, I was reading recently, and I didn't get a confirmed thing,
Okay.
but the more I looked through it, I think I found some stuff that states that for javelin, dueling does still count. It is still a one-handed
So
weapon,
then a
and
16.
a melee weapon. It's for damage only for dueling.
When
Oh.
you were wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you get +2.
And throwing a melee weapon makes it a thrown weapon,
to damage.
not a ranged weapon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Damage,
Yep.
not to hit.
Yeah, so it makes it a ranged weapon.
Right.
It makes it a thrown melee weapon,
Okay.
not a ranged weapon.
Ah.
Interesting.
Something like a
You
dagger, right? A dagger isn't a ranged weapon.
Right.
It's a thrown weapon.
Okay.
It's still up in the air, but I think it kind of makes sense.
Sure.
So these guys come scuttling up, and they kind of split. So you feel like you can probably get one.
Right. Well, I'm going
with
to
the
go for
boulder.
hit.
So go ahead and roll. You know what? They're just gonna make a saving throw.
Alright.
Dex
That makes
saving
sense.
throw to dodge.
Aha! That's good. Plus those
That's
athletics.
10. So we're gonna say that they probably fail.
Alright.
So for this is 20. I say 20 feet, 15 feet.
15 feet.
15 feet. We'll call it. I don't know. Let's call it 3d10
Alright.
against the middle guy, which is arbitrary. That's fine.
8.
Jake.
I can't help the way I roll.
No, I
You
know.
could try
I try every
Try
time.
hard.
I don't know any
That's how I
spells that deal 3d10 damage.
And then they.
11th level firebolt.
Call
Shit,
it.
they got a big rock.
Yeah. So they will come running up the top of the thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they will they had split before. When they get up to the top, they all sort of converge in some sort of not necessarily hive mindish manner, but they will approach the people that are
with
closest
pack
to the front. So it
hunters.
is you three, you and Sabine and Wave are kind of in the front.
Yeah.
And you guys are more ranged in the back, so they come towards you.
Alright.
So as they
Middle
get
guy.
close, Sabine will strike out because she read it in action in preparation for this.
Bam.
That's pretty good. 15, 3, 20, 20. Not natural. So
Nice.
she will strike at the central guy.
Sure. Anyway, this is a ready action.
We roll
so it
ones,
doesn't count.
ones and twos. Turns into a 4. So
Oh, those are different numbers.
that is 4, 3. Oh, and she, when they get within range, so that's 10 feet.
Right.
So that's, let's see, 4 and 3 is 7 points. And you guys watch that as she hits this guy,
Mm-hmm.
stops moving.
Ooh. So he's 10 feet away.
Correct.
Nice. It's just that we jump down and punch him right in the face.
But when she does this, you watch. Let's see. She will within 10 feet. Yeah, so 10 feet. If she's within 10 feet of an effect, it still would hit her. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So. What's that? These guys fail. 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 So you guys watch as this ice glaive that she strikes these guys, this central guy with, the ice shatters and just out hits her. She only takes some of the damage though. But these guys all get peppered with the ice sprays. Everybody within 10 feet of the impact. But since it's 10 feet out,
Right.
it's only you guys.
Ha. Beautiful.
And that's a ready action, so that's all she gets.
Right. That's fair.
But you rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick rolled.
Ah!
Ha!
Us.
Uh.
Oh wait.
Oh no, that was his ready.
I'm sorry,
action.
that was her-
That was
that was-
their turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's still their turn.
Yeah.
That was just
They-
her ready
Right,
action.
and that was
They
her
dash,
ready,
right?
her ready action.
Yeah.
Yeah, they dashed to get in.
Okay.
So that was that. So then it's Ember's turn.
Are they all within 30 feet of each other now?
They are all within. Yeah, they're within 10 feet of one another. Yeah.
So can I shatter like behind them so it doesn't hit these guys?
Sure.
Cool, I'm gonna do that. So saving throw.
Constitution stuff.
Cons. Okay, now this is natural 20,
Gross.
natural 20,
Gross.
and 11.
Alright.
So one.
One fail.
We'll call that righty.
Yeah.
Righty fails.
Going left to right.
14.
Right, you are.
14, so 7 for the other guys. Okay, let's go back around to wave. Unless you were doing something else, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm gonna go charging right up the middle and attack him with a longsword. For 13.
Five
Focus on
misses.
the one guy.
Action surge. Attack again. That's a different number. 23.
That will hit.
For 8 points. No, that's a 6, so 9 points.
So which guy you attack in the middle, did you say?
Middle
Yeah.
guy.
Got it. Then it is Sabine's turn. And that was a cute little trick that she did.
I liked it.
But now there's no more ice on it. So she's just going to strike out at we'll say righty. And gets a 21. So now we'll move on. Oh wow, that's pretty good. 7. That's 10 points of damage. And then the butt is a 19. The butt's going to deal 4 points. 5 points.
What?
And that is going to action search. 19. And oh wow, it's 12 points. That's her turn, then it's Rick's turn.
Alright.
Lucky boy.
As a bonus action, I'm going to rage.
Good first move.
I'm so mad.
And then I am going to take out the greatest sword. And I'm going to hack down on the center guy. With it. Ideally. Probably, right? 26.
Yeah. Which guy were you going for? Left, right, or middle?
Middle.
Middle.
And I'm going to be like, focus on one. Like a team. We can all cook together. We can all fight together. Oh, look at that. 4. That's wonderful. Not plus 7, so that's 11 plus 2 is 13.
No.
What?
Oh, damage?
Yeah.
Or does the damage? I
Yes.
was like, 15 to hit, but then I remembered. 13's pretty good.
Yeah, 13's pretty good.
You hit into this guy. He's still up. He looks
Bad?
okay.
I'm glad I'm raged.
Yes, that's a good thing for you.
It's a good thing we're raged.
Us.
I'm gonna pop out from hiding.
Yeah, that advantage.
Shoot this middle guy.
Because you're from stealth.
I re-roll once. Alright. Yeah. 21. To hit.
Yeah. That's the middle guy?
Yep.
Yep.
And he takes. Oh, girl!
Ooh.
So that's 16 plus 5, 21 damage.
Okay, this guy, you shoot this guy in the chest and it cracks through his carapace armor. and the little bit of green light in his weird-looking eyes goes out as he falls down to the ground, dead.
And then bonus action hide.
And you I'm guessing
It's fair to say I can't.
there's nothing to hide.
Nope.
So they can clearly see you, and they're aware of your.
One of us, maybe?
These guys, they're not happy. There's mandibles are chittering away.
Oh.
This guy is fallen.
Shit.
And is now returned. So.
Now I'm gonna back up to the opposite edge of this platform, hoping that if they move towards me, someone gets him, hit him in the dick. Put him right in the dick.
So.
With my sword.
In the dick, Rick.
That was never my nickname, but could be now. You're trying to rebuild a life.
It's true.
This guy's
It's
gonna
Rick the
attack out
It's
at
in the big
Rick.
All right, that's fair.
Just go around.
That's a
Punch him
25.
That does
And he
hit.
swings around this chain.
Mm-hmm.
And he throws it out at you. You're gonna take from the chain 9 points, reduced to 5.
Yeah.
And you are grappled and restrained by this. And he pulls you 5 feet, and then his stinger is gonna lash out at you.
Oh,
At
no.
advantage.
He's within 5 feet of me, though.
Yes,
So he takes 2 damage.
that's fine.
It's fine. I
And
agree.
here comes Rick's fancy adamantine armor, probably saving his life.
In my poison resistance?
And that will potentially come into help. It will come into help here. 2 points. You would take from the attack of the sting 6 points, reduced to 3.
Okay.
You will also take.
Adamantine. It does feel nice.
Finally.
It hit just as much, just half as hard.
And you will take 10, 16, 19 and half poison damage.
Yeah.
So 10 points of poison damage. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw at advantage because it's versus poison.
It is. 3, 4, 11.
You are poisoned for a minute
That's alright, because I'm restrained anyway, so I'll just be reckless.
by 1 point.
Yeah.
That poison goes to paralysis had you failed by 1 point more.
I would have depended on you guys. It would have helped.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each.
Still
of your
can't
turn.
crit me, though.
That is nice.
Yeah, so you're poisoned, which means you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Yep.
Then the other guy can attack wave. So swing with his sword, 2 hands. 2 hands. He drops the chain. With it. So he swings. 20. Not natural.
Yep. Right on the money.
You're gonna take. Ooh, you rolled a 10. 13 points
Ow.
of slashing damage, and then he's gonna sting you.
Chainmail shield. Shield of faith.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
You're gonna take. Oh man, I didn't roll that good. So you're gonna take 10 points of piercing damage.
Bummer.
Oh.
That's not a good noise.
That's
Well, the poison damage isn't like
Oh shit.
make a saving throw or get poison damage.
Uh-huh.
The sting does poison damage as part of the attack,
Right.
so that gets done. That's 8d6 poison damage.
8d6.
It's 4d6 normally.
Ah.
Aw, gee.
What you get on your save?
It's con save.
Yeah.
10.
Aw,
You still
gee.
pass by. It's if you fail by 5 or more. So you're poisoned for a minute, but you will take. What is this? 10, 16,
Aw, gee.
26, 31, 33 poison
Oh,
damage.
I am unconscious.
You are unconscious and poisoned, but you stabilize immediately.
Ooh.
So you don't start bleeding out. You see the poison drip as the scorpion tail retracts.
He seems okay.
That's your turn, Ember.
Are they lined up in a way that I could hit them both with burning hands? And
No.
not hit them?
That one is a little trickier because they're kind of like on the side of the mountain. So to get that, I'm gonna say it's a little.
I'm restrained by one of them right
All
Yeah,
right.
he's got him gripped.
But I'd have a clear shot at the other one.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do that
Especially because you can do it over Wave's unconscious body.
and just go at the face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Burning hands.
Yeah.
All right.
Towards
Take
this
off
guy.
another fire
Yeah, I know.
spell. All right, we're already at 2 on the new one.
Yeah, they're easy to spend now.
He fails.
Cool.
So this is left. This is right because you're fighting lefty.
Don't you do something with ones, like reroll them or something? Or
Oh
does it
yeah,
count as
flames.
twos?
Rerolls.
Phlegathos.
3 roll ones on fire damage.
That, and then I get another.
Charisma.
No, that's against that. So
But charisma modifier to the damage.
so 10, 22.
Shit. This
Six.
guy just and he falls down.
665.
And he goes down.
Ah, shit, that was funny.
Wave. You're unconscious. You can't make saves because you're stabilized.
Better than not.
Sabine's gonna try and get this guy that's got you.
That's fair.
Gonna strike out with her blade.
Oh, realize that you don't
I
restrain.
guess I didn't realize this. It attacked you. It attacked Wave. That guy's dead. But when it attacked you, she gets to make as a reaction an attack.
Ah,
So that is gonna fail. So it doesn't matter. So that's her.
she tried.
And that's a 12. And then the butt is a 14. So Rick, you are restrained.
Did not realize that you're not supposed to restrain a Bowerger. And I'm just gonna start thrashing
Okay.
And use my regular D8 to attack. And I'm going to attack recklessly, just to counterbalance the fact that I'm restrained.
Fair.
And that will be a 21.
That is.
Alright, and I'm just gonna thrash and deal 14 damage. Just shaking inside of this thing.
Alright.
And
That's pretty
then-
cool.
Pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's it. I'm doing alright.
Okay. That was Rick Oz.
I'm gonna try and shoot that guy.
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna keep that. 4, right? No. Since it's all out and it's all happening, draw my short sword. I run in and stab him in the tum-tum.
Alright, right in the belly.
Right in the bell. So that is a different number, slightly. So that's 24.
That hits.
Alright.
That's pretty good.
Doodly-doo, 18.
Alright, 18 points of damage into this guy.
And bonus action. Alright, bonus action disengage so I can safely
I see.
run away.
Yes.
Preferably to the other side of Sabine.
Gotcha. Alright, well, this guy's got you.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna keep attacking.
That seems fair.
He's got you restrained.
I feel like I'm the right guy to attack.
He's gonna swing his longsword at you. With advantage.
Works best for everybody, right?
21.
Yep.
You are going to take from this
This is my job.
6 points reduced to 3. And then he's going to sting you. Which is a 4. So you are going to take that is 8 points reduced to 4 plus the poison damage.
This is a perfect fight for me.
6, 10, 16 reduced to 8 poison damage.
Oh,
You would have got to make a save at the end of your turn to break the poison.
Ah.
So you do that.
Constitution.
Yes.
Nope.
All right.
Don't you have
Right.
advantage on that?
Ah.
You do. You're right.
Thank you, Patrick. 19.
You break it. Now you gotta make another one
Ah.
at advantage. But
19.
all right. So you stave off the poison, and then it goes to Ember's turn.
Tastes
Can
like
I
hot
now
aluminum.
hit this guy with burning hands and not hit him?
Sure.
Like, if I just like
Yeah,
aim
we'll
a
say
little bit
sure,
and just
why
like
not?
char the side.
Sure.
Cool.
We're really not digging them attack rolls tonight.
No, Selena's rolling like hot that crap tonight, so I'm gonna stay.
Well, that's an added 20, so
Gross.
he's going to take half damage, but it's still the 3d6 plus charisma.
Doesn't he get 2 points of damage too when he attacked you?
Yes.
15.
Twice, so 4 points.
So 8 points
There
of
you
fire
go.
damage.
Trying to
yeah,
not die.
that will
Yeah.
actually do it with the points. from you.
I'm laughing too, because I think this is
How
funny.
many? How many? How many fire spells is that?
3.
3 out of the 4.
3 out of 5.
Out of 5. All right, that's what it was.
It's the 5th one that gets.
I
The
tumble
one.
down the hill. Crump, 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 crump.
Yes.
Alright, everyone good?
Waves unconscious.
Oh, M, could you...
Cure wounds.
Oh.
9. 14.
I snap off the stinger off of this one down here.
Ooh.
Can we get any?
Not the other two.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and extract the venom.
I thought that's what I was doing.
Well, if you rip it off, I don't know what that means.
The whole stinger at the end of it. Just,
Oh. Fair.
You're just kind of
I'm
like.
gonna-
well, I'm
I
gonna-
have some glass vials. I'm going to try and extract the venom.
And then I'm just
put them
gonna,
in the
like-
glass vials.
My way back up the hill.
Thanks. So I'm gonna try this with all 3.
Alright, make me 3 poisoners kit checks.
Alright, which would be intelligence plus proficiency.
Guidance for 1.
What I got in the guidance?
1.
Sorry, I thought you meant for one of the 3, not
Ah.
for 1 point. I was confused. 19.
Alright, you're able to extract some. A little bit.
Mhm.
have guidance for the second.
3.
21.
4.
Yeah, better. What'd you say?
4.
4. That's 25.
Okay, yeah, you managed to extract some venom from these. I'll have to think
Oh, that stuff kicks.
the exact venom that it is.
You taste it.
How many vials
Venom?
worth would you say I
A
got?
little, yeah.
Weird.
Burn all
Say
aluminum.
enough for, call it 3 uses.
Gross.
3 uses. Alright.
What's the damage on that?
Uses.
What?
What's the damage per use?
Ooh.
Let's find
Wait.
out.
What are the things called, first of all?
But,
Just so I can keep note of it.
it's TLINCALLI.
I'm still poisoned, right?
Slinkali?
Yes.
Slinkali.
I'm assuming probably one of those is.
Cure wounds get rid of poison?
No.
So I'm still poisoned.
Only for a minute.
Okay.
And you would be able to make your saving throws against it, so you'd be
Yeah,
fine.
eventually it'll just wear off.
Yeah.
Okay. Ow.
I'm gonna use some of this shit.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun.
That's fair. I'm pretty tired.
You'll look it.
I'm gonna second wind.
You saw those things coming from that far away?
I heard him coming.
Okay.
Actually, so this was kind of weird. You know the shape I told you about last night? Low to the ground, skittery skittery?
Yeah, I saw.
That thing skittered up. I noticed it. And that kind of clued, and then it ran away. And that kind of clued me in to the other guys.
Huh.
Like, I saw it and then heard the other guys. So either it was trying to warn us, has weird timing, or
Good
was
timing.
scared off by them.
Uh,
I don't know which.
yeah.
But that's something to keep an eye on.
Alright.
Alright, so this is the poison.
Mhm.
You know, it's got to be applied to a blade. It works for 1 attack each one. It does 46 poison damage extra. And it's a DC. Well, 46 damage. They have to make a DC 4 or make a DC 14 Constitution save, or take 46 damage, half on a success.
Okay.
And if they fail, they're poisoned. If they pass, they're not. For 1 minute, they can make the save.
Cool.
would like to.
Go to sleep.
Well, that was. At what point in my watch was that?
Like halfway through.
Halfway through? Okay, yeah, go back to bed.
So like an hour.
And I'm gonna take care of this. So on my hour watch, I would like to. I have 2 daggers.
A
I would
small
like to take one of those daggers and apply the poison on
Pretend
it
to be a
in a safe manner, so I can sheath it and have this like poison dagger on deck if I need it.
Let me think before we do that.
Sure. I'm gonna check out the poisoner's kit thing in
It
Xanathar's
is
guide.
also 1 a.m. So
You should probably go soon.
cut it here.
Hey.
Maybe.
We'll see. What John says.
Your proficiency allows you to handle and apply poison without risk of exposing yourself to its effects. Well, that's nice.
Is that it?
Well, that's the handle poison bit.
Oh, okay.
Your training with poisons helps you when you're trying to recall facts about infamous poisons. Your knowledge of poisons taught you to handle those substances carefully, giving you an edge when inspecting poisoned objects or trying to extract clues from events that involve poison. When you treat a victim of poison, your knowledge grants you added insight into how to provide the best care for the patient. Working with poisons enables you to acquire lore about which plants and animals are poisonous. The whole thing.
Alright.
I'm gonna say that your thinking is probably not the best idea at the moment to do what you're thinking about doing,
Mm-hmm.
because your sheath isn't like watertight.
Fair.
It's not designed for it. That's something you could do
Okay.
with the time
Yeah.
and the thought process to do it. But given that this is just a dagger and a sheath,
Fair.
so you know, think about that, and if you find a place where people can make things, maybe that's a way to
Okay.
a method to do.
Too good.
So,
Okay.
as the second watch begins of the Team Tiefling here, we will bring this episode to a close, because who knows, more stuff may happen tonight. In the game. So we will
Ideally.
see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the travel through the Harsh Hillside.
Next time, evil game.
Next time, yes, correct. You, Jake. Next week is Evil Game, so Evrand will be on hold till the following week, while we have some evil fun times. And then, yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle this evil game, guys.
No?
You know what?
It's gonna be intense.
We're on a train.
Hoist.
Not yet, but
Yeah,
We're gonna be doing train jumps.
yeah, I know. I've done a lot of different things with trains. It's not a big deal. I know what a train is. When like a lot of wagons go in a straight line, right?
no, not this time.
Nah, it is.
I mean, you're right. That is like a wagon train, but now they have like trains.
You can't just say the same word twice and have it mean something else.
I just did.
Oh, that's not reasonable.
Like a morgue. It's a place where a morgue is a place when he's dead.
Morgue.
Don't get it, don't like it.
Alright, Internet. We will see. I'll see you tomorrow for Kim Possible.
Impossible.
Bow, bow, bow.
What's the cinch?
You're the sick.